Hello everyone, welcome. So today's Friday and I am apparently signed up for the Twitch Community Daylong event, so this is going to be my first weekend playing in that. I don't exactly know what the format is, but I think it's in my list of tournaments, so I will be jumping into that one right after I do my normal daily scheduled stream of the Zenith Daylong. So yesterday's Zenith, we did pretty well. These were our results, finished about 60% overall. Not a bad finish. Hello Will, welcome. Thank you for the good luck wishes. I will do my best. And we had a couple of actually very, very interesting deals. The first one that I wanted to pop back up was this 4-heart hand. Now, I think from a single dummy perspective, without knowing anything about the opponent's cards, we did something fairly sensible from our perspective after club lead. East returned to club, we won in the dummy, and what we did on the hand was take a heart finesse, which makes a lot of sense. You know, it looks as if maybe they're threatening a club over ruff, we can ditch our diamond loser on the spades. It seems like everything's going to go great, but if you lead a heart immediately, you actually cannot make the contract anymore. So double dummy, I had kind of mentioned that it is possible to make this, and you would need to guess that the trumps were 4-0 offside immediately, but if you do that, you can take a line of play similar to this one that I kind of clicked through a little bit. It's a fun double dummy problem to work out if you wanted to pause and stare at it for a few minutes if you're watching this on YouTube, but otherwise I'm going to jump right in and show kind of what the idea is. We want to shorten ourselves to have basically the same number of trumps as West in an end position and be able to throw them in to end play them into leading trumps for us. So we have to do that by ruffing spades in our own hand, cashing all of our outside winners, ruffing even the queen of spades, and then exiting in hearts multiple times. So West can win. A heart return is not good enough for West because that will give up one of their heart tricks immediately. So they try to return a spade, but we can once again throw them in hearts and score the last 2 trump tricks. So no one at any of the tables found this line of play. I think it might have been a little easier if West had, for example, doubled 4 hearts. Then we might actually figure out what's going on and proceed to pull off this kind of end play. There is a little bit of guesswork required. Excuse me. Because we can't let West over-ruff earlier in the play. Like if we were to play a 3rd round of clubs, and ruff in our hand, West would over-ruff, and that kind of messes up our timing. But so we still did about average for this board, 4 hearts down 1, but it is kind of interesting that you can make the contract. Another board I kind of wanted to look at was the difference between what happened at our table on one of the boards and what happened at a lot of other tables. So I had mentioned that I think this south hand looks like a 3-spade opener. It feels pretty natural to me. This was our auction, 3 spades double, 4 spades double. And I think West did the wrong thing, bidding 5 diamonds at this point over the responsive double from his partner. Like, it's true, West has a very strong hand. Maybe a slam is making. I mean, maybe on a good day, a grand slam is even making for East-West. But with king, queen, 3rd of spades and the vulnerabilities being the way they are, it feels pretty natural to me to just like pass the double of 4 spades. You're getting at least 2 trump tricks, well, probably exactly 2 trump tricks, and then you have a bunch of aces. I wouldn't want to kind of gamble on this kind of auction. Like, yeah, West hand looks pretty good, but ace 10, 9, 4th of hearts. I mean, North could easily have king, queen, 3rd of hearts and nothing else. And then you don't have a game, or you don't have a slam at least. So, but when East-West gambled to bid all the way up to 6 hearts, we were pretty happy. No reason for us to expect we were beating the contract, but after we preempted, we kind of conceded that we had done our job and they guessed bid 6 hearts and it didn't work out for them. So we beat this a trick. We got the spade ace and 1 trump trick, the king of hearts. At a lot of other tables, this was the auction though. And I don't like the auction for a couple of reasons. First off, I don't like preempting and bidding again. I think that it should only happen in very, very rare circumstances. I think 100% of the time you should have a void in the opponent's suit, not a singleton, to bid this way. And still, I mean, as I've said before, this hand feels like a 3-spade opener. So I do agree with a lot of these South's assessment at the other tables where they open 2 spades and they're like, oh, well, once partner raised, I kind of feel compelled to further show a better hand in support of spades. But you're giving East-West an enormous amount of time to exchange information when you do this. So they have a full extra round of bidding after you bid 4 spades to decide if they want to double you, for example, or compete to the 5 level, or what they want to do. So when West made the double first and East elected to bid 4 hearts, now West was kind of happy doubling 4 spades to show some extra values. They had already made the takeout double. So this didn't work out well for North-South, as you can kind of tell. I mean, you go for at least 800, potentially 1100 on the board. I think one table even went for 1400. I'm not sure how they managed that. But then the very last hand that I kind of wanted to bring up again was this one. We spent a lot of time on this one yesterday, and it was very close to being an extremely strong result. Plus 100 for North-South, I think, would have been close to 100% of the match points had we defeated 2 no trump, and we were well on track to do that after a spade lead. And East led the diamond queen, and we kind of took a position, maybe you could say, but guessed well within the reasonable parameters for what East's hand could be. And we ducked to the queen of diamonds here, which might look a little unnatural, but with only 1 dummy entry outside the diamond suit, this stranded all of these diamonds in West's hand. And Declare was not able to get over there and set up the diamond tricks. So they had to start exiting out of their hand, and they started by exiting a heart, which at this point in the play, everything looked like it was going well. If partner had just let us win the 10 of hearts, we would have played back clubs. Eventually, partner would have gotten in and returned spades, removing not only the dummy entry from West, but setting up a bunch of spade tricks in our hand. But partner kind of went off his rocker a little bit and started cashing hearts, and eventually we got to an uncomfortable guess and had to decide if we were going to give Declare his contract or potentially still try and defeat the contract when partner had strong clubs. And we guessed wrong, which let Declare make a number of over tricks. So not a good board, but we did almost everything right here. Our partner, I think, should have been a little bit more conservative in his defense. You know, when Declare starts on diamonds and then doesn't proceed to play the suit anymore, it kind of really feels as if the diamonds are not coming home. But, oops, I am not away from my keyboard. So that was yesterday's event. Again, a pretty strong finish, 62% or somewhere in that general vicinity. And we did actually move up to the next Master Point tier, so I have a new badge on Bridge Vase Online, which is kind of cool. But so first, let's jump into our normal Zenith Daylong and see how we can do in this set. So 13 highs, I mean, this is a very good 13 highs. We'll ask if the bots play leads from a David Bird book. Do you have to memorize those 2 books to... So I don't know what book you're referring to, but I've seen the robots do a lot of very, very weird things on opening lead. So I don't think they really have like a convention system designed around how they make their opening leads. I mean, for the most part, they lead, you know, king from king queen, queen from queen jack, jack from jack 10, that sort of thing. The description of the Gibbs system refers to bird books. Well, so I've seen robots lead low from small doubletons. I've seen them lead low from king doubleton, like at trick 1. I've seen them lead ace from ace king. I've seen them lead king from ace king. I've seen them lead low from jack 10 third, again at trick 1. These are very, very non-standard leads, and I don't think you'll find that kind of opening lead in any sort of bridge book. So if you're trying to kind of get a sense of what the robots are going to do, you can't post links here. I'm pretty sure you could, but I have taken a bit of a look at what the robots' system notes are, as they're called. Anyway, I'm not exactly sure what your question refers to, but I do not believe that the robots have some sort of like standard opening lead system that they use. I could be wrong though. I mean, they try and make normal leads, but they are not very good at it. Let's take a look. So this hand, so I was counting 13. I mean, it is a really good 13. I have a 5-card suit. I mean, 2 10s. Like, basically all of my honors were working. This feels very close to opening a no trump, even though I'm like 2 points shy. I like opening a no trump being in 3rd seed as well, especially not vulnerable. I think I'm gonna try it. I mean, like, even if partner blasts us into game, which is very much possible, this should still be okay. You know, the worst thing that happens is West makes a penalty double. But if we have an auction like this, a no trump all pass, we're very, very happy with the way this hand has gone. All right, so we get the 2 spades lead. It looks as if we have 2 spade tricks given this lead. We should have something to the effect of 4 club tricks if that suit is breaking for us. And then to make our contract, we would just need to get a diamond, but I'm not even very concerned about making this. Like, the opponents have an 8-card heart fit, and they have more than half of the points in the deck. They have 22 highs between them. So I'm pretty excited about just like playing a no trump undoubled, not vulnerable at match points. I think we're already in a good spot, but we will try and make our contract. And to do so, we're probably going to need to guess the diamonds. The fact that East is passed makes me want to play a diamond to the jack, not the king, at some point in the deal. It looks as if we might need to use our king of clubs entry to do that. But let's start out by ducking the opening spade lead. Spade to the 9, and we'll win the 10. Okay. Well, from like a purely double dummy perspective, leading a club to the 9 works out pretty well for us. We can still pick up any 4-1 club split that ever arises, but we would have to guess on the second round of the suit. I think I'm going to do that anyway, because it feels more likely that West has long spades given this lead. I mean, it looks like West only has 4 of them, but I think we should start with that. I'm going to conceal the 2 of clubs. You never know what kind of signals your opponents are getting into. Okay, the jack of clubs. Well, that's an interesting card. I mean, generally this is gonna kind of look to me like Queen Jack third or something. It could be Singleton Jack. But yeah, it just feels much more natural to me that this is something like Queen Jack third. It could be Queen Jack doubleton. You know, like maybe the right thing to do is win the king and play a club to the ace. I don't think I'm gonna do that. So I think I should win the club king and take a club finesse. Then if it wins and, you know, clubs are 4-1, great. We can take 5 clubs and 2 spades to make our contract. If it loses, then the other club is going to represent a dummy entry. Can you use the principle of restricted choice here? You don't know much about it. Yeah, so I should really look up a good article on restricted choice because I assume that's a question that a lot of viewers would have. You can generally use like a principle of restricted choice, but often it revolves around the two choices being like very, very close percentage-wise from like an a priori perspective. I don't know if you know much about probability, but that just means like the base chances of everything possible being, fairly close. Then restricted choice would would do a lot of work in making up your mind. But in this case, the chance that West has specifically Queen Jack doubleton of clubs as opposed to singleton Jack is significantly lower. I could quickly run through the percentages. So like a 4-1 club split is about 28%, and this one specific 4-1 club split is about 7%. Now a 3-2 club split is 68%, but a very specific 3-2 club split is, so let's see, it's about 3%, 3.5% or so for a very specific club split. So it's almost like 2-to-1 that this would be singleton Jack as opposed to Queen Jack doubleton. But those aren't like the only two scenarios that we care about, right? Like we also care if West has Queen Jack third. So like I'm gonna win the king. But if it's Queen Jack third, we really don't want to play a club to the ace because then we lose the ability of having a dummy entry. Now the 7 of clubs from East, the robots very strongly give real count. Feels like a doubleton to me. That looks like it's high-low from a doubleton, and they play standard signals. So we can see East following high-low. And once again, I'm just going to conceal the 2 of clubs. So now the opponent's... Okay, and this is actually one of the main reasons why I like concealing these low club spots. Okay, West switched to hearts, they cash the king of hearts, that's great. But if West really believes that East has the 2 of clubs, then that high-low might have indicated a 4-card suit instead of a doubleton. So now we kind of get to do all of the things we want in order. So we kind of wanted to take a diamond finesse. And... Well, I'm going to count out West's high cards. Maybe I should count East's high cards, but West has turned up with a lot of stuff already. West switched to the king of hearts, which looks like it's from king-queen or ace-king, even. They've turned up with the queen jack of clubs. That brings them up to like 8 or 10 high card points. East didn't play a spade, a high spade at trick 1. And, I think East could still have the king in spades, but probably not the jack. So West has already showed up with like 9 or 11 high card points on this deal. If West had the diamond ace in addition, they might have doubled a no trump with like 15 high card points in values. So I'm wondering if I should really play a diamond to the king now. We do want to be a little careful Because if I like play a diamond to the king and it loses, and the opponents run a number of hearts, my hand might get uncomfortably squeezed. So, I mean, I could just like cash out for down one. I honestly think that's not a terrible decision here. You know, the opponents are definitely making 110 or even 140 in hearts, and scoring -50 would be a huge win for our side. But I do think we have a chance to make the contract, so I will play a diamond. It's hard to imagine going -150 if I play a diamond. I mean, maybe they can get 2 diamonds and 4 hearts. That's still not enough. Does the Cappelletti system that the robots use give you information about what the robots can hold? Definitely. But we would kind of need to know that one of them was long in a specific suit for that to be important. Which is possible. I mean, there's no real reason that we should expect that they can't have, you know, for example, a 5-card heart suit here, or like 2 4-card suits, or 5 of one suit and 4 of another. But on this, okay, where are my results? Can I? Okay, there we go. So on hands like this where the opponents have like half of the high cards and no one's bidding anything when they're not vulnerable at match points, generally that means they're pretty flat in terms of distribution. And you can kind of see that here. I mean, West is 3, 4, 3, 3, exactly. So even if West had like 14 high card points, they wouldn't have a bid in Cappelletti to be able to show this hand. And I mean, in this case, they only have 11. I think actually this is a very strong argument for why you should be opening a lot of 11 counts. Like if East had just opened a diamond in first seat, I would have had a bunch of difficulty finding a call. I mean, maybe I overcall no trump anyway, but they should be able to find their way into a 4-4 heart fit. When East passes and I make this decision to open a no trump instead of a club, that has kind of frozen East-West out of the auction. I mean, East could have balanced to show both majors, but elected not to. It's a little scary. I mean, East has a bunch of holes in his hand and just 2 aces. You know, maybe on a bad day, East loses 2 clubs, 2 diamonds, 2 hearts, and 3 spades in whatever they end up in. And that would kind of be a disaster for them, if we doubled, of course. So, all right, let's take a look at the second board. Pass, pass, 2 diamond opener preemptive. Our partner overcalls 2 hearts, and we get a 4 diamond jump. Well, we have a huge hand in support of hearts. I mean, at least our trumps are good. The rest of our hand is kind of mediocre, but we expect partner to have us covered for the most part. Okay, well, partner has a very good hand. I mean, we're off 2 aces, so happy that we're not in a slam. Club hook could be offside. It's probably not much to play. I mean, auction-wise, there is kind of an interesting point to bring up. Some people would have unusual agreements about how to show 2 suited hands over a preempt, and it's possible that North could have bid something like 4 clubs to show clubs in a major as a type of leaping Michaels bid. If North had both majors, they would bid 3 diamonds over 2 diamonds to show both suits. So 4 clubs could have showed the 2 suited hand if that was relevant. In this case, I mean, with my hand being passed, with South having a passed hand, it's very possible that North didn't care all that much about showing both suits. But it could have been valuable. I mean, in this instance, right, with our side being vulnerable and the opponent's not vulnerable, I'm just going to click through the play as I talk. With our side being vulnerable and the opponent's not vulnerable, very possible that the East-West would have saved in 5 diamonds, and then North might want me to know that they have both clubs and a major suit for further information about what I should do over a 5 diamond sacrifice. All right, well, let's pull some trumps. And I can afford to cash a club. And then I can afford to cross back in trumps to take a club hook. I mean, I do not expect this to be working. It looks as if West is high-lowing from like 8-7 doubleton. It looks as if East is playing low from 3 clubs to some card. In fact, I believe the robot's carding so much that it feels like I should just cash the club king. Well, I'll cross to dummy and see what gets played on the second round of the suit. Yeah, so 8-7 doubleton. I'll take the finesse, but it looks as if there was nothing I could do to prevent a club loser. And yeah, we do see queen 10 third offside. But so we did well there to stop in 4 hearts. I mean, the opponents didn't put us to the biggest test. They could have saved in 5 diamonds. I think I probably would have done that with East's hand immediately. It is, like, the colors are just ripe for that kind of preempt. You know, despite only having 4 trumps, I mean, sure, you know, the law. You bid to the 4 level with 10 trumps, but at this vulnerability, looking at the singleton heart, it feels pretty likely that South is going to find a 4 heart bid if you just bid 4 diamonds. And are you really happy defending a 4 level contract? You have 2 aces, but that could be about it on defense. So I think I would have put more pressure on the opponents, and I would have had a very difficult decision over a 5 diamond preempt. I suspect I would have bid 5 hearts because my hearts are so strong, but that would have been the wrong decision here. What I would have needed to do would be to double the opponents and 5 diamonds, and that's very tough, but that's what preempts do to you. So we were a little lucky that we didn't have to make that choice. Ooh. Well, this is a hand that I really like opening a diamond. I'm wondering how bad things are going to go with the robots if I do this. I don't think I'm going to get into that much trouble. I mean, offensively, so like, you know, ignore the spade void. Like if partner has a long and strong spade suit, maybe some bad things happen, but with 2 aces, feels unlikely to get us in a lot of trouble. But offensively speaking, I mean, we have 9 high card points and 10 cards in our 2 longest suits, so we're like just shy of a rule of 20 opening bid. But we have 3 10s. We have a 10-9 in clubs as well. Aces are excellent cards. All of our honors are really working. And I think this hand is going to be very difficult to describe if I don't open the bidding. Like, I mean, maybe we could open like 3 diamonds with our hand, but that doesn't really describe our hand all that well. I mean, first of all, we only have a 6-card diamond suit. Second of all, we have all of this defense with 2 aces. And third of all, we're just very, very close to a real opening bid. So I'm going to open a diamond. I think it's just a good decision. And now I'm going to rebid 2 diamonds, denying spade support. Our partner jumps to 4 diamonds, which is apparently preemptive. Huh. Well, the auction hasn't really timed out for us all that well in terms of where all the suits stand. Like with East-West having hearts, our 10-third of hearts doesn't look like it's going to do well for us on offense. And the spade void opposite partner's other suit, once again, not really a positive offensive value. I mean, this 4 diamond bid, it's explained as only 6 or more total points. I would expect it to be invitational. And I think if it was invitational, I probably would accept. You know, the way this auction's gone, it just has this feeling to me that partners shorten hearts, which works really well opposite our hand. Will says, why not bid 2 clubs after the double to show 5-4? Showing 6 plus a better option. So, I think the general tendency of most players is to rebid your own suit if you have a weak hand, and to bid your other suit if you have a strong hand. So like if I had 16 high card points, for example, and the auction had gone a diamond, a spade, double, then I could bid 2 clubs, and let's say the opponents then bid 2 hearts and it came pass back to me, then I could bid 3 diamonds, and I would have showed 6 diamonds and 4 clubs with some extra values. But here, if I bid 2 clubs and it comes 2 hearts, pass back to me, I just kind of have to pass. The auction's over for me at that point. I don't want to bid a 3rd time because I would be showing way too much in the way of high card strength, which is not what I have. So specifically because I had a very weak opening bid, I did not want to encourage partner further. So 5-4 is always played as reverses, even... No. So it's not a reverse. It's just that my hand is only worth 2 bids. And so I have to decide, is it more valuable to show a 6-card suit or to show like 5-4 in 2 suits? And my judgment this time is that it's probably better to show a 6-card suit. That way it's more likely we have a fit, or it's more likely our partner can actually find a fit, and then he'll be able to compete in our longer trump suit. So that's my kind of just judgment on this hand. If my clubs were a lot stronger and my diamonds were a lot weaker, maybe I would have done things the opposite way. Then despite 6-4, I would bid 2 clubs. Well, I'm going to pass 4 diamonds. I mean, this could be very wrong, but it feels like a sensible choice. Okay, well... Is rebidding your suit limiting your hand? Yeah, so I wish I could pull up like the robot explanation, but had I bid 2 clubs as south here, it would basically be like 11 to 18 high card points. And you see here the 2 diamond bid shows like 11 to 15. I think it's probably even closer to like 11 to 14 in terms of high cards. So that way partner's never going to get like overexcited about us potentially having a very strong hand and do something like bid 2 no trump or bid 3 no trump, which we really don't want to happen with our very weak opening bid. We kind of, we open a diamond and we're happy that we have showed partners some values, but now we really just want to like be a little quieter for the rest of the deal. So 4 diamonds. I mean, on the surface, it looks like we might only have 2 losers if the diamond hook works, but we have a lot of cards that we're trying to roughen the dummy, and not a lot of trumps over there to do it with. The spade ace is likely to be onside, given the takeout double. I mean, okay, sure, it's a takeout double of spades, but east is still more likely than west to have values. So we can probably take a roughing finesse in spades. It might be the case that what we want to do is try and set up dummy's spade suit. If the spades are 4-3, we can do that. And I think it's pretty likely spades are 4-3, actually. East with 5-5 in clubs and hearts could have jumped to 2 no trump here, as like a 2-suited takeout for clubs and hearts with 5 or more cards in each suit. So I suspect east is like at most 5-4 in clubs and hearts, which means that with a singleton diamond, he'll probably have like 3 spades. Anyway, let's see how the defense goes. I mean, west might switch to trumps immediately. So we'll see how that works. Nope. King of hearts, ace of hearts. And now a club. Aha. You know what I think is happening? I think west isn't switching to trumps because west has the diamond king. So I kind of strongly believe that west, seeing, that we're planning to rough hearts in the dummy, planning to rough clubs in the dummy, can't afford to switch to trumps because they're afraid of losing their king doubleton of diamonds. Well, this is going to work out okay for us, because this means we do get to ruff clubs or... Oh, wow. What a trick. I was not expecting this. Well, in that case, I think we can do a little better than just roughing a few cards in the dummy. Now, I do think we can afford the diamond finesse eventually. But I think first things first, let's ruff a club. And we'll lead the king of spades. I mean, I expect this to be covered. Not that I really think it matters too much. We can ruff a heart. And the safe thing to do, I think, is to take the diamond finesse now. We're still going to have a dummy entry to access the spade queen to ditch our club loser. So let's give this a shot. I don't think this is winning. Wow, it is winning. Okay, okay. Well, we made a game. We could have bid game. You know, at imps, I think I probably would have bid game on this hand. But you can see kind of the power of opening this hand. I mean, sure, if you had elected to open 2 or 3 diamonds, maybe you do reach your diamond game. But if we don't open our hand, what's going to happen? East has like 1 no trump opening bid, maybe partner preempts 2 spades in 3rd seat. That seems like a fairly natural thing to do. We're never going to find our diamond fit. So things worked out a lot better for us when we opened a diamond with this kind of hand. And I guess as Will points out, like, yeah, we made a choice with 2 diamonds instead of 2 clubs. We got very lucky this time finding partner with a fit, but we have 9 high card points opposite 7, and game is basically on a finesse, the diamond finesse, which did come home. So, but at match points, plus 150 is likely to score well. Ooh, a club pass. Well, I think I'm gonna pass this out. So this is like a match point thing, especially, and like a vulnerable match point thing. When the opponents open a minor suit at match points, and it comes like pass to you, it's often the case that they don't really have a fit in their suit. So our partner could have values, but if our partner had a bunch of values with like a 5-card major, they would have overcalled a heart or a spade. If partner had a bunch of values with club stoppers, probably would have been a no trump. So West could have a strong hand. Maybe West is planning to rebid 2 no trump or to make some sort of reverse into hearts. It's very likely that 1 club is not their best contract, whatever that means. So if I were to balance, you know, I would probably balance with a double, like takeout double. And then West gets a chance to kind of correct the mistake of opening a club. I mean, this isn't a mistake, but just like a system sort of thing. How frequent is 18 to 19 when the bots open a club? I think it's about as frequent as any other time. So probably somewhat infrequent, but on this specific deal, when it goes a club pass, I think it's pretty likely that West has 18 to 19 balanced. So West could have a long club suit. Maybe passing out a club is not going to work for us. You know, like if we score minus 70 or minus 90 in this contract, then I'll not be that happy that I didn't reopen with double. But also my hand is kind of garbage. I mean, 3 small clubs is not a good holding. We might lose 3 club tricks. Like I said, partner can't really have a 5-card major and not bid over a club, so if I make a takeout double, we're likely to play in a 4-3 major suit fit, which could be bad. All right. Well, let's see how we've done. I mean, dummies shorten clubs, which looks positive for our side at the very least. We get a diamond lead. Well, that opening lead looks like a singleton or doubleton to me. queen of diamonds from West. So that opening lead very strongly looks like a doubleton. West should have like king, queen, doubleton here. So my first instinct is to switch to clubs. Declare looks like they might be able to ruff hearts in the dummy. I don't really want to allow that. And if I switch to clubs, do I switch to the 10, potentially covering that 9 in dummy, or do I switch to a low one? I think I would switch to the 10. So, I mean, I have good hearts, right? So it feels as if there's a strong reason for me to want to avoid declare ruffing hearts in the dummy. All right, diamond gets led back around to declare's king. Partner was afraid of doing anything else. That's understandable. And we'll see if declare does something like cross to the spade king and dummy. It looks like that's what they're doing to maybe take a heart finesse. Yep. Okay, partner has the heart ace. So that's probably good for us. 10 of diamonds, there's, well, as far as I can tell, there's no longer a dummy entry, so I should probably cover this. I mean, it is possible that those spades are going to provide an entry. I mean, not anymore. All right. A heart is led back to the 10 and jack. So we could cash the heart king, which seems like a pretty natural thing to do. I mean, in terms of shapes on this hand, it looks as if West is something like 3, 4, 2, 4, maybe. That seems possible. I mean, West could be like 3, 3, 2, 5. We don't really know what's going on in clubs. I am going to need to lead spades away from my queen eventually, which is probably okay. So I guess I should unblock the heart king. And I think I should probably also unblock the spade queen. No, I think it's a little too risky. I'll just lead a low spade. Okay, well there we have it. So partner had, yeah, this is kind of typical of the of these one club openers, when they're vulnerable. I mean, when it comes past pass, like oftentimes the first thing you want to think about is passing it out. You might just get plus 200, which is a really strong match point result. Now, we might have been able to do a little better had I not switched to the 10 of clubs. If I just let a low club, maybe it would have been the case that West would have misguessed and like popped up with the king, queen, or jack. But it felt pretty natural to leave the 10 covering that 9. I mean, our partner could have had like ace, jack, 8, fourth of clubs, something to that effect. But anyway, on to board 5. So pretty good start to the session. We have 14 here. I'm gonna open a club. You know, this similar to last time. We would have hated for it to go one club all pass. But that happens sometimes. Okay, this auction's a little interesting. So it goes 2 diamonds by West, 3 diamonds by East. It looks pretty natural to make a takeout double, but we do want to kind of pause for a second and consider, why is it that partner didn't bid over 2 diamonds? So a hand with like both majors would have made a negative double. Still, I think, you know, despite being vulnerable and despite kind of forcing ourselves to an uncomfortably high level, I should make a takeout double with a singleton. This could go very badly, but I mean, one way in which this goes really well for us is maybe West has preempted on like a 5-card suit, and they're in an 8-fit, partner has like ace, queen, jack, 4th of diamonds, and the double passes out. I think it's far more likely, though, that we end up in some sort of 4-4 major fit and do our best to struggle to take 8 tricks, or 9 tricks even. Oh, that is not really what I thought was going to happen. I don't think this is a good bid. I think North should have bid something if they had a hand that was worthy of jumping at this point in the auction, but we'll see how it works out. Aha, yes, the typical robot I could not preempt with my 6-card major suit hand. Well, everything looks okay. All things considered, it looks as if we can ruff 2 diamonds in the dummy. We can try a spade finesse for an over trick, but we will lose a club, a heart, and a spade. Maybe even just a club and a heart. Okay, so let's win the diamond ace. And trick 1 strikes me as a little bit odd. 4 diamonds to the king. I mean, there's nothing really weird about that so far. But what did West preempt with? I mean, I understand West is favorable. It says 4 to 9 high card points. I mean, this opening lead really strongly suggests West diamonds are like king, jack, 10, 6th. So, you know, I could do something like try and make a discovery play. First lead the hearts up to see if East has the ace. And if East turns up with like the ace of hearts and ace of clubs, maybe the singleton king of spades is offside. I think it's possible. Well, I mean, another alternative is I could lead the spade queen, and if East doesn't cover, I could hop up with the ace. I don't really see a reason to do any of that. I mean, maybe one of the big concerns is that West has something like 2 spades, say king doubleton, 4 hearts to whatever honors they are, like the jack, let's say, 6 diamonds, and therefore only 1 club. So if I do take a spade hook and West wins, he can play a club to his partner's ace, get a club ruff, I'll go down 1. Which means that, like, if I was playing imps, I would absolutely want to just cash the spade ace immediately. That would prevent any sort of shenanigans like that from happening. It is very unlikely, though, that West has that kind of distribution. I mean, 4 hearts and 6 diamonds. Would he really preempt 2 diamonds? Maybe. Very possible. Well, anyway, I think I should probably lead the queen of spades. We see the 2 from East. I should take the finesse. I mean, there is an argument that East is very likely to cover the queen of spades with the king. But I think there's also a chance that he's just ducking because he knows the finesse is working. All right, so we pulled out the trumps. You know, our last order of business is there any way that we can avoid losing both of these aces? I think the most likely scenario is if we lead the king of clubs, East wins the ace, and then continues by, like, for example, tapping us in diamonds. And the club suit splits 3-3. So I think we will do that. King of clubs to the 9. Nope, we were unable to convince him, which is fine. So we have the rest. If East had done anything other than cash the ace of hearts, he was actually going to get squeezed in the round suits there. at the end. So it was good defense on his part, but we at least were able to find a way to put the defenders to a guess. So, board 6. Pass by East. Oh, I guess I can look at what were the opponent's hands on this one. Well, so I did kind of note this, that, you know, is it possible that West has the singleton king of spades, and he does. So we could have done a trick better on the play had we guessed that, but it's a really tough ask. I mean, playing the preemptor for any sort of trump honors is generally not the right thing to do. So it would have worked out this time. Maybe some tables will take that inference, or maybe they'll just like make the safety play at imps of leading the queen of spades to the ace and get rewarded this time when the king falls. But still pretty happy to make our contract. I mean, I'm happy we reached a game on this deal after the start of the auction. But I do think that our partner should have done something on either of the previous 2 rounds of bidding. So, pass by East. I'm going to pass 6 high card points. This is not one of those hands I want to get involved. Flat distribution. And the opponents quickly bid up to 4 hearts. So looking at their auction, West opens a diamond, East bids spades, 2 no trumps. So this is the 18 to 19 that we were just talking about. 3 clubs, new minor forcing, kind of checking back for a fid in either major. 3 hearts showing 4 hearts, and we get a raise. 2 of clubs lead. What do I think our prospects are? Well, this club lead looks, I mean, I would say it looks useful, but I know the robots hate leading away from honors, so it kind of feels like West is very likely to have both the king and queen of clubs, in which case we don't have any club tricks on defense. Well, I'll put in the 8 and find out what happens. Dummy has 10 highs, and we have 6. So with West having 18 to 19, that brings our total to 34 to 35. Partner has 5 or 6 high card points on this deal. And I guess we're going to quickly find out if those are in hearts. They're not. Okay, partner has 1 or 2 high card points more after the spade ace. So now we are pretty confident that the clubs are not being set up. Otherwise, Declare would have used diamonds to ditch his club loser. Okay, lucky for Declare that the spades broke 3-3. I think it was probably a pretty large mistake on Declare's part to not go after roughing the spades immediately in his own hand. If that suit had split worse, then he was probably going to be out a few tricks. Also, just kind of a very weird line of play overall. It makes a lot more sense to lead a diamond towards the king-queen as opposed to leading the king of diamonds somewhere in the play. But with everything splitting so well, we were never entitled to getting more than 2 defensive tricks, and that's what we got. Feels like a pretty average result. All right, pass, partner opens a diamond, East bids a no trump. I don't have any values. I don't want to get involved in this auction any further. I don't have a diamond fit. So let's just pass and see where they end up. Transfer to hearts. Accepting the transfer. Oh, wow. And they only play in 2 hearts. So this is kind of unexpected. That means partner has a pretty strong hand over there. Well, you know, an interesting thing to note is that despite partner's 1 diamond opening bid, he didn't double 2 diamonds, which would normally indicate strong diamonds. And coupled with the 1 no trump overcall, I'm wondering if leading a diamond doesn't make any sense anymore. I mean, I would like to lead a diamond and potentially get a ruff, and it is partner suit. But I'm kind of thinking that maybe a club lead is going to be more productive here. I wouldn't normally like to lead away from queen third into a one no trump opening bid, but given that the opponents have stopped in a part score, I think it's very possible that, partner has something like 18 or 19 as well, and just didn't have anything good to say with his hand. I expect hearts should be 5-4-2-2 around the table. Partner would probably make a takeout double with values and a singleton heart. So maybe a trump lead makes some sense as well. Prevent any sort of chance that declarer gets to rough something in his hand with a small heart. No, I think I'm going to go with my gut. I'm going to lead clubs. This could work out poorly, but I'm expecting East has very strong diamonds. And therefore maybe not such strong clubs. Well, let's see how it goes. Well, I was partially, I was right. East didn't have very strong clubs. Unfortunately, with the king of clubs and dummy, this opening lead did not work out the way we wanted. And now partner switches to the diamond king, so I just look overall very, very foolish for the way that I've started this defense. I would have expected partner to double with diamonds as strong as that. Being able to switch to the diamond king, that is. All right, well, hearts were 5-4-2-2 around the table, kind of as we expected. We do get our diamond ruff after all. Unfortunately, that looks like the last trick for the defense, because declarer just has the king, queen of spades and the rest of the tricks. Yes, can North lead direct double with only 4? Probably not. Like here he has 5. But just a lot of feel to these auctions. So this was a little strange, right? West has what looks to me like an invitational hand, 8 high card points with a good 5-card heart suit. At teams, I would just game force West's hand. I think it'd be crazy not to just game force. But at match points, I kind of understand being a little less aggressive, but 8 points feels like an invite opposite a no trump overcall. You have to kind of wager the chances that you're getting, that the opponents are going to be able to play 2 diamonds redoubled. I think with this hand, I would certainly double 2 diamonds. This looks like a very, very strong diamond holding. You don't want partner leading spades, most likely. You don't want partner leading clubs, most likely. So if your partner's just blindly guessing at which suit to lead, I think they would prefer a diamond pretty strongly here. There is the inference that, sure, declarer probably has ace-jack third or ace-jack fourth, but maybe you can give partner a diamond ruff, and that would have worked out in this case. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not really a believer in the opponent's auction here. It feels like they should have reached a game contract, maybe 3 no trump. 3 no trump looks like it makes. They have 5 hearts, 2 diamonds, 2 spades, and a club. That's like 10 tricks already. They could have taken all of that against in 2 hearts as well. They just, I guess, declarer was a little chicken with his play, and that allowed me to get a diamond ruff. All right, board 8, pass a spade. I have a pretty normal 2 club overcall. Wow, spade opposite a pass partner. East comes in with 3 hearts. Pretty good hand. It says 18 to 22 total points. That feels like that's probably about right. I don't see any reason for me to continue bidding. We've kind of done all we can. I don't think we have a game. Maybe if the opponents actually bid to 4 hearts or 4 spades, we should do something else. But for now, I'm just going to pass. 4 hearts by West, pass, pass. Now, I expect to have 3 tricks in my own hand. I have the club ace, maybe cashing. I mean, maybe not, but I have the king and jack of hearts, which are likely both defensive tricks. I could see doubling 4 hearts working out, but I don't know. I mean, East has showed a very, very strong hand in the bidding. And if my ace of clubs does not cash, 4 hearts could easily make. Not sure. It feels close to me. One thing we know is that partner has a lot of spades over there, because East-West have not landed in 4 spades. I mean, it's, okay, look, it's possible that East has like 6 spades and 4 hearts and was just kind of under pressure when he took this call and elected to show the 4-card heart suit instead of the 6-card spade suit. That's very possible. So, you know, maybe our partner doesn't have all that many spades. The issue is, like, we know all the spade finesses are working for declare if necessary. So if our partner has like queen 4th of spades, declare might just be able to like knock out the king jack of hearts, get to dummy somehow, and take a bunch of spade finesses and make the contract. I mean, I like doubling. I have 2 tricks. I'll be conservative. I'll pass. We don't know if the ace of clubs is cashing. Well, okay, wow. Wow. That is an incredibly strong dummy. I guess I'm happy I didn't double. But I think with West, I probably would have made a negative double on this hand. Just treated the 5-card heart suit like a 4-card suit and said, I have some values, partner. I'm short in the opponent's club suit. Do what you can. I mean, ace doubleton of spades looks like a great card. The king of diamonds looks like a great card. Okay. So declares 5-5-2-1, likely with the diamond ace. Yep. And the spade king, so we get our 2 tricks, and that's kind of the end of it. Fair enough. I mean, good thing we didn't double, given that this was declare's hand. But, all right. What a turn of events. Tough hand. I mean, I kind of agree with these choices in the bidding. You know, we open a spade, of course, and then when 3 clubs comes back to us, we're not that excited about our values. I mean, partner has denied stuff by not bidding over 2 clubs. 3 hearts is a bit of a stretch, but we are short in the opponent's suit. We're not vulnerable at match points. I think I like the choices, and of course West, having not done anything originally, has to raise. We have what looks like a good save in 5 clubs, I think. We lose a spade, 2 diamonds, maybe a diamond ruff, so we could go minus 300, but otherwise we can pull trumps and claim the rest. Maybe we could have found that. Yeah, not much else to say. I mean, I think I probably would have been a bit more aggressive with partner's hand about preempting. I mean, when you have a heart void and the opponents open a spade like this, you have to, and your partner doesn't make a takeout double, they overcall 2 clubs, you have to know the opponents have a huge heart fit. So I think I would have bid at least 4 clubs here, maybe even 5 immediately with the hand. And that's going to make it very difficult for East-West to come into this auction. Now maybe we could make the same argument from my perspective that I could have preempted and bid like 3 clubs as an overcall instead of 2 clubs. Would have worked out better this time, but that might have frozen the opponents out, especially if partner raises our preempt. But unlike my partner, I actually didn't know the opponents had a huge heart fit. I might have suspected they had a spade fit with my singleton spade, but my hand could still make a game. I mean, ace, king, 6 of clubs is a good holding, 11 high card points. If partner has a spade stopper with a club fit, then 3 no trump has some play. All right, on to the next board. 2 hearts from our partner, pass by East. I think we should just pass. It's very unlikely we have a game. I mean, our partner would need to have an enormously strong hand for game to have any play. We might have a better fit somewhere, either spades or diamonds, but both of those bids are going to be forcing, like 2 spades. It says forcing to 3 hearts, so we'll just pass. And we were kind of prepared for the opponents to balance in, likely in clubs. I'm not that upset with the way the auction's gone so far. They're kind of fishing for a stopper for 3 no trump maybe. And they've elected to bid all the way up to 4 clubs. Now, I kind of want to double this again. And this time, I kind of want to double because I want partner to lead something that's not hearts. Like, I don't want partner to like lead the ace of hearts trying to give me a ruff, or like lead a heart away from the king, hoping to set up a heart trick. But I think I should just pass. I mean, as normal with preempts, we've made the opponents guess. There's not really a lot of reason to believe that we know better than they do about what's going on in the hand, so okay, I'll just pass. I suspect this contract is likely to go down, but maybe all we're taking is like a diamond trick, a spade trick, and a heart trick or something on defense, so I guess we'll see. King of Hearts lead. Well, that strongly makes me think this contract is not making. Oops, I should have doubled then. That's okay. Well, this defense scares me a little bit. 9 of spades switch. How likely is it that I think my partner has 2 clubs? I'm considering leading back a spade instead of cashing the diamond ace. Because the spade switch is not great unless partner has a singleton. I mean, wouldn't they always play a diamond, just hoping to cash a diamond trick? So if partner only has 1 club, and I like cash the diamond ace and give partner ruff, we break even. But if partner really does have 2 clubs over there, what would that give partner? They would have 2 clubs, 1 spade, 6 hearts, and 4 diamonds. Very possible. That would give West 3 spades, 2 hearts, 3 diamonds, and 5 clubs. So West would have something like Jack third, Jack doubleton, King, Queen, Jack, and Ace, King, 5th. That seems well within the range of a 3 club balance. I mean, I might balance with double with that hand, though. Okay, I'm just going to safely take our plus score, ace of diamonds, and if partner's roughing this, nope. Fair enough. Well, I can't imagine that this is going to help me in any way, but I guess I'll rough. Declare not interested in pulling trumps, I see. Okay. Okay, down one, so we could have doubled and gotten plus 200. It looks like we might have been going down in 2 hearts, but it's possible to make it. I guess it's pretty likely that we make it, isn't it? They would have to find some really inspired defense, like an opening trump lead from queen third to defeat us. So we did pretty well to get a plus score, I think, on the hand. Who knows what would have happened if they had I guess if they had bid anything different. Like, they can bid 3 no trump, and it's not like it's a horrible contract. Our partner would need to find a low heart lead from ace king 6 to beat it, it looks like. Otherwise, they'll have 5 clubs, a heart, and 2 tricks in whatever suit they lead, or whatever suit our partner leads. So 3 no trump actually doesn't look like a terrible spot. I mean, okay, for a human, I would absolutely lead a low heart from North's hand against 3 no. But for the robots, I don't think they're ever going to do that. Well, probably not a bad result. Pass by east. 9 count. Not for me. Okay, pass a club, pass a spade, so we could make a takeout double for hearts and diamonds. I don't think it's a good bid. We just have too many values in the black suits. I'm, very concerned about getting doubled and going minus 200 or minus 500. So I'm just gonna pass. Partner had the option to bid anything over a club if he wanted, like with a 5-card diamond suit or 5-card heart suit. So, all right, so partner comes in with 2 clubs natural at this point in the auction, which is not really what we wanted to hear after West showed a weak no trump. I think generally it's going to be right to pass this. My concern is that, well, I've never seen the robots do this. So if my human partner did this, I would pass. I would actually be delighted that I had singleton king instead of like a small singleton in clubs. But with the robots, I mean, I have to imagine that North could just have like ace 5th of clubs and an 11 count. And 2 clubs would not be our best contract in that case. Like, what does it think 2 hearts would show? 2 hearts would show a 5-card suit and 10 high card points. This shows like we're just kind of gambling if we bid anything over here. Like, if our partner has clubs and diamonds, we want to bid 2 diamonds. If our partner has clubs and hearts, we want to bid 2 hearts. If our partner just has clubs, we want to pass. So I think we pass. If West balances with a double, then we can try and run. But for now, we will just happily play in 2 clubs. And okay, this is reasonable. I'm not certain, I'm not certain 2 clubs is necessarily a great bid on partner's hand, but it looks like it's probably going to turn out okay this time. So we have a diamond, 2 spades, and a heart to lose off the top. Feels very likely that we have 2 club losers also. I mean, maybe West is like 3-4-3-3 exactly in shape. But otherwise, West is going to have a 4-card club suit on this auction. And then very likely has both the Queen and 10. I mean, it's possible East has like 10 doubleton. You know, the Jack 9 could be put to use. But they might also just get a diamond ruff immediately. So let's see what we can do about this. Whenever we have touching honors here and they make an opening lead, if we don't drop one of them, then they know what the opening lead is from. Because then West will be able to place us with both the King and Queen of Diamonds, so we absolutely have to drop one of our diamond honors. And I guess the right one to dump is the King? Not certain, but we're just trying to avoid a diamond return, if at all possible. So we do get a spade switch to the King. That's interesting. And another diamond. Okay, but East led the 6 and has now played the 4. That looks like it might be from, for example, 6-4 doubleton. So that does give West 3 diamonds. I mean, unfortunately, I still just don't have a entry back to my hand to be able to continue to pull trumps. Well, let's play the Jack. And the Club King. Now, okay, we could go all out. So if East had like 10-8 doubleton of clubs specifically, we could win the ace and lead the Jack and mash both of East's club cards. So that would be if West has 4 clubs, so if West has something like 3-3-3-4 distribution, for example. That would prevent the diamond ruff, but I think that's probably asking for a little too much. So I guess maybe what I want to do is win the Club King and like exit the Queen of Spades. It looks as if East has both the Ace King of Spades. I mean, West did switch to a low spade upon winning the Ace of Diamonds at Trick 1. So maybe East will not work out what's going on and we'll try and play another spade instead of getting partner in with a heart. Alright, I think that's my best shot. Okay, good. The 10 or 8 of clubs did not show up. Alright, we do get the spade return. So again, I think we should try the ace of clubs. Aha! There's the 10 and there's the 8. Oh, well, this is kind of sad. Now it looks as if the club ruff would not have mattered. But they get a heart trick. We have our diamond ruff would not have mattered. East would have been ruffing with a natural trump trick. Alright, I mean, we made our contract. Probably not a bad result in general. We could have done... It looks like we could have done a trick better if we had played in diamonds instead of clubs, but again, this is just a complete guess. We did very well not to pull partners 2 clubs to like 2 hearts, for example. That would have been a chainsaw for us in the West hand. So yeah, sometimes you just gotta trust that your partner knows what they're doing in these auctions, and worked out for us here. Well, this is probably the worst 15 count I've seen in a long time. 4 triple 3, no 10s, only 1 9, no aces. A bunch of king queens, I mean, are not the worst holdings in the world. I am strongly considering not opening this a no trump. Feels like I should, though. I mean, we're all white at match points. Yeah, I think the field is going to do it. So, okay. Partner transfers to clubs. Bids 3 hearts, shortness, and forcing to 3 no. We have hearts kind of double stopped, so I'm pretty happy to bid 3 no. Okay, well, now that this auction has transpired, I'm very happy we've opened a no trump, because we do have 15, and this is going to allow partner to kind of count our points very well. 4 diamonds is a Q bid. Partner has clubs, heart shortness, and the diamond ace. And a slam try. I mean, you know, if partner wasn't interested in slam, then he would have just passed 3 no trump. So I don't really like king queen third of hearts opposite a singleton or a void. But I really like the king queen third of trumps that I have. I also really like the king queen of diamonds now that partner has the ace. We are a little scared about spades. So if I wanted to kind of like pass back captaincy to my partner, I could do something like Q-bid 5 diamonds. Last, are the controls here first or second round for the bots? So the robots only Q-bid first round control. I don't know why, but that's kind of what I've learned about their Q-bidding style. I mean, it's alerted and explained as this is only the diamond ace. I've seen them frequently bypass suits where they have like both the king and queen. I've seen them bypass singletons that they have to Q-bid. So sadly, we don't get any information about second round controls from them, but that kind of makes our job a little easier. Now that we know that this is the diamond ace and not like, for example, another red suit singleton, we can proceed with that kind of knowledge going forward. I think partner has to have good spades, right? Because we're looking at the king queen of clubs and the king queen of diamonds. If partner has a small singleton heart, they have, you know, at most 10 high card points in the minors, and they're making a slam try. Do I recommend second round controls? Absolutely. I think it is very valuable because a big tool that a lot of people use for bidding slams is key card. And like looking at our hand right now, it's very hard for us to bid key card when we don't have spades controlled. Like if we bid 4 no trump, for example, which I think is key card, yeah, black wooden clubs, that might push us too high. The opponents can take the first 3 rounds of spades. Now, in this specific instance, I do strongly believe partner has a spade control, otherwise where his high card points. But in general, second round controls help you, you know, use one of your best slam bidding tools, which is asking partner for aces. So what was I thinking? I mean, I could Q-bid 5 diamonds back. The difficult thing about a 5 diamond Q-bid is that we're then committed to playing 6 clubs or maybe 5 no trump. Now 5 no trump is fine. I don't mind playing 5 no trump. I have hearts well stopped, but partner might be a little scared of that contract. I think it's really weird because I would like to do something other than, like, I want partner to bid key card. I kind of want partner to be captain on this auction. If I get to show partner the king, queen of clubs, and the diamond king, I've kind of showed everything I have. Partner also knows I have 15 high card points, so he'll be able to fill in the rest a little bit. I mean, another alternative is I could just jump to 6 clubs. Well, let's bid 5 diamonds. I mean, I think it's the best description of my hand. The thing is, I have no idea what's going on in the spade suit. in partner's hand, and partner's the only one who can tell me that. Like if I bid key card, so I find out that partner has 3 aces, then what? Spade ace, club ace, diamond ace. I mean, partner's spades could be ace jack fourth. Partner's spades could be ace king queen fourth, or like ace king doubleton even. So I think I'm gonna cube it and pass captaincy back to partner with 5 diamonds. You know, again, we're kind of forcing to slam, but I was more or less already planning on doing this when 4 diamonds hit the table. So I'm pretty happy with this. I'm gonna pass. You know, I like playing in no trump at match points, but I think it's possible partner has a heart void. And so we could be off like the ace of spades and the ace of hearts in 6 no trump. So I think it's very, very possible that we want to play in clubs instead. Well, that's not great. I do not agree with partner's choices in the auction. Maybe that is clear, but I mean, partner with 14. When I say that I have strong hearts, I mean, so I bid 3 no trump here over 3 hearts. Like partner's 3 hearts was a singleton heart, and 3 no trump says, I have strong hearts. I don't care you have a singleton, let's play 3 no trump for our game instead of 5 clubs. Then singleton ace really does not look like the kind of card for a slam. So yeah, we're thin on high cards. Partner has very weak trumps. Looks like we got to the wrong spot. You know what? This is actually kind of interesting. So especially given the robot system on this sort of thing, I might have signed off in 5 no trump with North's hand. Once North finds out that I don't have the spade ace, maybe queen third of spades is not really looking like a great holding. And 5 no trump probably does make. Oh well. So we got a little too high on this one. That's okay. Down 1 is good bridge, as they say. And I mean, look, this could have worked out. If West didn't have both the ace and king of spades, we probably would make 6 clubs. So overall, I'm not like that upset about the contract we got to ultimately. If they had led any other suit, then we could ditch 2 spades from dummy on the king queen of hearts and make the contract. Is the 5 no sign off a thing? It's a little tricky. So I think most players would not play 4 no trump as key card here, and then you would be able to sign off in 4 no trump, which is a more realistic thing. I have no idea if the bots are capable of doing this. I just kind of expect that at some point someone needs to be able to put on the brakes on these kinds of auctions. I know my 5 diamond bid conveyed a very, very specific hand type, and I kind of made partner captain. So partner made a judgment call. I mean, it didn't work out, but it could have gone beautifully. So anyway, I guess I was a little more upset originally, but looking at the contract overall from a single dummy basis, we probably did okay. Once again, the opponents need to find a spade lead, although, you know, our kind of cubid auction may have pinpointed that for them. 4 diamonds cubid, 5 diamonds cubid. They're not leading hearts because partner has a singleton, so what other suit are they gonna try? All right. Board 12, 1 spade opener. I'll make a 2/1 bid in hearts. And something I guess I had kind of brought up a few days back, the robots rebid 2 of a major with only 5 cards in these auctions. Now I've discussed this with a number of people since this came up on stream, and it seems like expert opinion is a little bit divided in this case. Some think that 2 of a major rebid should show 6 all the time, or that there should be some sort of rebid that shows 6. And others kind of believe that it's okay to only have 5 for this bid. Like, you don't want to force opener to rebid 2 no trump without stoppers. Larry Cohen's in the 6+ camp. Yeah, that does not surprise me. It's a very natural thing to do, and a lot of the old timers like to bid mostly naturally with a lot of their hands. So regardless, I have 3-card support here, so I'm pretty happy to just raise 2 spades to 3. Partner signs off in 4 spades and doesn't make any Q-bid. Now that either means partner has no aces, which is possible. But I think it's more likely partner just has a garbage hand and only wants to play in game. I'm content to pass. There's a lot of local players switching to the Schuyler shift. Yeah, I mean, that's also pretty common as well. So what Will's talking about for people who aren't familiar, it's that 1 of a major, 2/1 response, you flip the 2 of a major and 2 no trump rebids by opener. So 2 no trump shows 6+ in your major, and 2 of the major specifically denies a 6th trump. And they do that because they want to be able to right side the no trump contract most of the time. So, but from what I hear, there's a lot of different opinions, and it seems like many experts nowadays are actually playing that both 2 of a major and 2 no trump only show 5. And there's no way to show 6 trump for the most part. At least not on the second round of bidding. So I didn't realize that. I guess I had made assumptions, but it looks like that's what the robots are doing. So I guess it's a bit more common than I first expected. Well, I can see why partner was unenthused about Q-bidding anything with a singleton opposite my heart suit. So how do we want to play this contract? Well, I'm going to save the king of diamonds for late entry to dummy. That seems like the most important thing to do right now. I want to set up hearts to discard some clubs from my hand. It is possible to make 11 tricks if East has both round aces. That way, you know, West won't ever be able to gain the lead until it's too late, and I get to discard 3 clubs, unlike the king, queen, jack of hearts, for example. Oh, what am I talking about? I probably have a spade loser, so it's actually possible. I guess it's possible to make 10 tricks if East has both round aces. Well, I think I should probably lead a heart at trick 2. It's a little risky to do something like lead a spade to the ace and play a spade back to the 9, because East might be able to win and then continue trumps. And then if West has the heart ace and East has the club ace, I'm in real danger. So I could do something a bit down the middle, like cash the spade king before leading a heart, but that kind of messes with the way I want to play the spade suit in a natural fashion. So, all right, 2 of diamonds, 7 jack. I don't think I want East to continue diamonds when in. So I think I'm going to win the queen, which even if East believes his partner has the ace, he's going to be pretty unhappy with the way the first trick went. So he should be switching to clubs or continuing hearts. Okay, he pops up with the heart ace and switches to clubs, kind of what we were hoping for. I mean, a little bit what we were hoping for, at least. Wow, now the 8 of clubs is high. So was that a legitimate switch to the queen from Queen Doubleton? In that case, maybe I should play king of spades and a spade to the 10. So we saw West play high on the first round of hearts. That looks like it's from an even number. It feels as if East has maybe then 3 hearts, 4 diamonds from the opening lead, 2 clubs, and 4 spades. Wow. That is not how I was planning on playing the spade suit. I mean, it's also possible that East has like 5 hearts and 2 spades instead of 3 hearts and 4 spades. I mean, it's definitely also possible that East has like 1 spade, 2 clubs, 5 hearts, and 5 diamonds. I guess. Maybe. Anyway, it feels likely to me that king of spades and a spade is the right thing to do. It's also possible that it just doesn't matter what I do. Right. And now we can just claim, pulling the last trump. So it was a legitimate switch to the queen of clubs from queen 9 doubleton, but East had 5 hearts. So, all right, not too bad. Looks like there was not really much to the play of the hand. They seemed to be entitled to their 3 tricks, and they got all of them. But I think we played all right. We protected ourselves against some evil distributions of the cards. All right, board 13, partner opens a heart. I'll bid 2 hearts. And we get to game. Well, game looks pretty good. We're a bit short on dummy entries, but we probably have just enough to do the things we want to do. I mean, it would be nice if we could try and set up the 5th club. This opening lead really strongly reeks of a doubleton. But I mean, maybe they're getting a club rough immediately, which would not be great for us. So I guess let's find out what's going on in the club suit first. Okay, diamond switch. Well, this is always scary, because there is a chance that West is leading from the king. You know, if West has like king, jack, 4th or 5th of diamonds, then maybe West is afraid of the club suit. I mean, that, you know, 5-card club suit to the 10 after the opening lead. If he knows that the 5th round of clubs is setting up, maybe he's afraid that I can just pull trumps, rough out the clubs, get back to dummy, and ditch a diamond loser. So that could be a legitimate reason for leading a diamond away from the king. This could be a singleton. You know, West, I mean, East could have 6 diamonds, and there was no real chance for East to show it without exaggerating the high card strength of his hand. So it's a little scary to duck this trick. I do think that it's very likely East has the diamond king, because shifting to a diamond at match points into dummy's queen away from the king is just one of the craziest things ever. But is it more likely that East has the diamond king, or is it more likely that diamonds are not 6-1? Yikes, tough call. Very tough call. Also, we kind of need to make a choice at trick. At trick 3 if we win the diamond ace. Because if clubs are 4-2, then we can cash the club king and play like ace of hearts, heart to the jack, and when the hearts break, the 8 of hearts is another entry. So we can ruff a club, cross to the 8 of hearts, ruff another club, then play a spade to the ace and use the 5th round of clubs to ditch a spade. Wow. Sorry, Craig is texting me, asking about the events today. Maybe he will jump on in a second to say hello. I mean, clubs could still be 5-1, so like, here's the scary thing. Even if West was planning on giving his partner a club ruff, he might be hoping that his partner has the ace of diamonds and that he can get a diamond ruff. Well, says, when choosing which BBO Daylongs to play, which ones do you recommend, which ones do you recommend avoiding? Well, so I'm playing this thing called the Zenith Daylong reward. So let's see, if I jump back out for a second. And you go into competitive. So there's Daylongs which have monetary entries. And I have played in the Zenith Daylong on stream for a while because there's a prize, and I think that makes for a more entertaining event. You know, if you're just sitting there and playing for master points, which seem to be more of a collection of how long everyone has played as opposed to your actual playing strength or playing ability, then I don't find that very a true measure of skill. But in terms of just consistently scoring in the top 30% and getting a monetary prize, it's I think it makes for a fun event, and it makes you care a little bit more about the boards. There's also 16 boards of match points. One of the big things I like about this is they are not the best hand. In a lot of the robot events, you play with best hand, which means you always have the strongest hand at the table. And so I kind of like sometimes getting a 3 count and not having to think too hard about what I'm doing in the auction, or being placed in a 6-level decision where the opponent's bid all the way up to 6 hearts and I have to decide what opening lead to make. So you get a better variety of things. They also play with the strong robots in the Zenith Daylong. So in all of the monetary ones, they tend to play with the top cream of the crop robots, whatever that means. I mean, they're still not incredibly strong. I've also played in these total points events. So for example, in this one, you just get a bunch of random boards. If you score in the plus column on most of them, then you tend to win a prize. If you score in the minus column, these are a bit random, but you also get some practice. I would not recommend most of these other ones. I mean, they're fine. You know, it's like a random day-long tournament, match points or imps. They tend to be. And you still use the strong robots. You don't have the best hand, but they're a bit shorter, and there's no real like prize money. So you're paying tenor in an event, and the only thing that you can win is some BBO points, which, you know, I guess if you care about the master point lists, then that would be a thing, but I don't find them as good of a competition. And you can see there's only 400 some players in these. There's 1,600 in the Zenith, so probably stronger players entering those. If you don't want to play in the Daylongs, there are the free ones. And I'm actually going to be doing this one later today for the Twitch community, for a bunch of streamers that play. But also, there are these free day-long tournaments you can play. They are best hand, and they use the weaker robots, but you get to compete and just get a little practice in. I think they're worthwhile playing. If you enjoy playing the game of bridge, also it gives you a bit of a better insight into how the robots' minds work. I have not been playing these on stream, but yeah, there's a bunch of options. There's also let's see, where is I'm looking for instant tournaments. There's a weekly free instant tournament. I already played in this week's weekly free instant tournament. Let me see if I can pull that up. Here we go. So you get to play 8 boards, and you're going to have other human competition. It gives you barometer scoring, and these I also believe tend to be pretty strong human opponents at the table, so you'll get a pretty good score, or a pretty good assessment of where you stand on all of the hands. So I guess those would be my recommendations for the robot tournaments. But there are, of course, also other like ACBL tournaments or BBO points tournaments you can enter in with a human partner. I find human partners more enjoyable to play with in general. But all right, let's see, where was I? Back in the Zenith, board 16, I was trying to decide what to do on this diamond switch, and I just don't have a lot of information to go on. So quick recap, the opening club lead went 8 of clubs around to the ace and queen, and we get a diamond switch. It feels like it has to be well known that West should have switched to spades here most of the time, just defensively. It doesn't... So I think that there is a very, very strong indication that diamonds are 6-1. Now this doesn't really help me what I do at trick 2 if I hop up with the diamond ace. Because again, I can still cash the club king and try and set up the 5th round of clubs, or I could just kind of play safely. All right, well, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna duck the diamond. And I think it is just the simple answer. Sometimes the simple answer is just the best. So let's give it a try. Even if this doesn't work, as long as the clubs aren't 5-1, it's not a complete disaster, because now we have an extra dummy entry in the diamond queen. Okay. Whew. Crisis number 1 avoided, although this diamond return is a little weird. So we'll cash the ace of hearts. And I guess because we have the queen of diamonds as an entry, we can now cash the king of hearts too. Okay, now we can unblock the club king, cross in diamonds, ruff a club. Oh, that is not at all what I expected. Clubs were 3-3. Okay, so, I mean, East 8 of clubs did look like a high spot. I was not paying attention, but of course East did play the 9 on the 2nd round of the suit. So the clubs were always coming in. That makes West's desperate switch a little more rational to me. Whoops, I'm back on my whatever that was. So as long as I guessed what was going on in clubs, even if they had switched to spades, because the hearts were 2-2, I would still have been able to set up the clubs to ditch my spade loser. So yeah, they made it a little easy for me with the diamond switch, but everything worked out. Do you think in American Bridge there should be a grading scheme like a chess elo or... That is a funny question. Well, I'm gonna open this hand of spade. Um, so someone many years ago, I think it might still even be up and running. Is 3 clips forcing? It is. Okay. Forcing to 3 no trump. Good, good. Well, not good, but this is where we've ended up. So I guess I'm going to bid 3 diamonds. Wait, excuse me? Partner has 4 hearts and rebid 3 clubs? No. Anyway, back to my story. So many years ago, someone made this thing called the power rankings for bridge. And they tried to design this based on some sort of system where they were scoring players based on like their individual results in comparison with how their partners had done in similar events in the past. And so if you had done better than with this partner than they had done with other players, then you would get increased ranking, you know, kind of like an ELO system. And if you had done worse, then you would decrease your ranking. And someone referenced this to me many, many years ago. And I went to look up because I was just curious. I was like, okay, well, I wonder where I'm standing in this. I was a well-respected national level player at the time, one of the best players in the US. And I went searching and I couldn't find my name in the database. And so after looking around for about like an hour in this thing, I was about to give up, and I finally found a link to like my specific region that I play in, District 6, or where I was. And I looked up the District 6 rankings, and very, very near the top of the rankings was someone who had a very similar name to me, but it wasn't my name. So what had happened was they had misspelled my name going into the system. And, you know, it could be an honest mistake that they had just flipped a couple letters in my name, but I think it puts a damper on the whole system when they don't really take the time or effort to ensure that something like this is correct, at least in my eyes. So I kind of lost respect for the system overall in those sorts of rankings when I saw that. It would be nice, but I don't think anyone has really proposed a sensible way of tracking ELOs because it's just very difficult. People play with different partners all the time. They play in different events. I mean, sometimes you have a very, very good event and you get lucky. Sometimes you have a very, very bad event with a good partner, and so you shouldn't really be punished for this. It's just variance. You know, ELO systems tend to balance out over a long period of time, but it's tough in bridge to do that. So I think I was a big proponent of like the Player of the Year rankings, which at least in the US is a measure of how well you do in national championship events. So I thought that those were a pretty good measure of skill. Obviously, it doesn't really take into account a lot of European players who don't come to American nationals all the time, but for US players who mostly played every national event year-round, that was a pretty good estimate. You would be playing against all the top players in most of the fields, and if you weren't able to put together platinum points, then you probably didn't deserve to be ranked highly. At least those are my thoughts on it. Yeah, ELO just for NABCs. I mean, I thought that it was a sensible way of determining among like highly ranked individuals who you know, where people stood. But in terms of just players in general, I don't know. It's a tricky problem. I proposed actually, so I mean, I do machine learning research. I think I'm gonna bid 4 hearts. So I do machine learning research, and I proposed to a project to my advisor who was pretty amicable about maybe looking into creating an ELO system for bridge using some sort of machine learning stuff, but I haven't made a lot of progress. I don't know how I'm going to approach it, but I think that could be something worth looking into. Let's see, how does this hand look? Well, I'm probably thankful we're not in 3 no trump. Although 3 no trump could easily be making, and 4 hearts could go down. But I think I'm much happier to be playing in the trump suit on this one. So let's see how the first couple tricks go. King of diamonds, ace of diamonds, and another diamond. We noticed that East did not high-low in diamonds, so it looked like it was safe to ruff low. All right. So timing on this hand is a little tricky. I mean, if we really wanted to be hyper-aggressive for over tricks, you know, we could like play a spade to the ace and lead the queen of hearts and play East for specifically 10-9 doubleton of trumps. And so it could go queen of hearts, winning, jack of hearts, winning, heart to the ace, ace, king, queen of clubs, throwing spades. If the clubs split 3-3, then we can ditch all of our spades and everyone would be happy. Unfortunately, that's a pretty unlikely distribution of the cards. So an alternative is to like just lead a low heart right now. I think that's probably what I'm gonna end up doing. Maybe. I have not fully thought this one through. So if I lead a low heart, and let's say they do something which isn't return a diamond, because I think if they win and return a diamond, that's best defense for them. But if they do something like return a spade, I can win the spade ace, I can cash the queen of hearts, or the jack of hearts, depending. And if hearts are breaking, I can play a club to the ace, ruff a club, pull the last trump with the heart ace, and run the clubs. This is going to work if hearts are 3-2 and clubs are 4-2 or better. If hearts are 4-1, things get a bit murky, but I guess we'll figure that out when we get there. The issue is that if I lead a heart right now and they win the king and return a diamond, I don't really have a good plan. But maybe they don't know enough and won't figure out that that's the best defense. I think that's possible. You know, maybe they do something like return trumps, thinking that, oh, Declare is trying to duck a heart trick and then we'll plan on cross-ruffing spades and clubs or something to that effect. Like, it just doesn't feel to me like ace, king of spades, spade ruff, ace, king of clubs, club ruff, spade ruff is the right line. That is going to lose when spades are 5-2. It's going to lose when someone over ruffs a spade at some point with a small trump. So, all right, I think I'm going to go with this line. If they find the diamond return, then hats off to them. Oh. Well, now that's interesting. Okay, I guess if what am I thinking? If hearts are 4-1, I get in trouble, but otherwise it looks like I have just one loser. I can play a heart to the ace, ace, king, queen of clubs, ace, king of spades, spade ruff, lose a trump. And we have some chances even if hearts are 4-1. Like if clubs are 3-3, I still get to run the club suit through East. So, all right. All right, heart to the ace. Cool. We'll take our 10 tricks. They get their heart. Yeah, so with clubs 3-3, we were never really in any danger of going down. But it was a tricky hand to play. Kind of, at least. But we found a line that worked, which is always good. Okay, board 15, playing with robots. I'm not going to open this 11 count because we're vulnerable. It's far too likely that we end up in one no trump red. So I'm just going to pass, continue passing, and I was going to say I'm pretty happy when the opponents bid to one no trump on their own. That saves us from playing that contract, but it looks like West had other ideas. West has 4 hearts and 6 clubs, or okay, they say 5 or more clubs, but this should really be 6. Looks good to me. I mean, I have 4 trumps. Sure, partner leads a club. You know, not actually that unreasonable of an opening lead. Looks like partner might have some good hearts over there. We know hearts are 4-4-3-2 around the table, declare a bid a heart in the auction. So I could like win the club ace and return a club. I think that has some merit. That's probably what I should do. And I think I'm going to return the 7 of clubs. I mean, not for a specific reason other than to kind of coerce Declare into hopping up with the king. Like, I think if I return the deuce, Declare might well work out what's going on in the suit, but if I return the 7, maybe they'll think I have Jack 7 doubleton. And it's okay to just hop up with the king for a little safety. So let's try this. And now we kind of have this added benefit that if Declare roughs a heart, our Jack of clubs is a trump trick. If Declare doesn't rough a heart and takes the club finesse, then they have 1 fewer heart they get to rough. King of diamonds. Okay, so we do want to watch partner's signal carefully. They play the 8, which does really look like it is from 4 small. Or sorry, Jack 10 fourth. Jack 10, 8, 7 specifically. So we should win the ace. And then I guess I want to return clubs. You know, like it's very possible that Declare can't really do anything by roughing a heart in the dummy. Or that, like, roughing a heart doesn't actually help him and returning a club here gives them, like, a free finesse. But I think we probably should. I mean, our queen of hearts is likely to be a trick, I suppose. I don't know, cashing the heart ace was just very weird to me from West. Alright, yeah, I'm just gonna return a club. So Declare does get their club hook. Oh, partner throws a heart. That's not good, partner. That's really not good. Okay, maybe it didn't matter. Brilliant defense. well, so I mean, we did get our 2 heart tricks, but they came in the form of 2 diamonds instead. Yeah, I don't think we could have done better defensively. I mean, we kind of knew, we were just dreading whenever Declare led spades out of hand that the ace, queen of spades looked like they were both on side on this auction. I would 100% have passed a no trump with West's hand. I mean, especially with extra high cards. I'm very happy to play in no trump at match points when I think it's making. So, you know, we would need to do 2 tricks better in clubs than we would be in 1 no trump to get a better match point score. And I don't know, I mean, they took 9 tricks in clubs. How many did they get in no trump? It looks like they have 4 clubs, a diamond, 2 hearts, and maybe 2 spades. I mean, I don't think they're going to be getting all 9 tricks on the deal, but they certainly could. So probably the wrong thing for them to do. Okay, well, this hand is a bit yucky. Explanations on the stream are awesome. You're a great streamer. Well, thank you so much, Will. I appreciate the support, and I'm very happy to interact with the viewers. So I'm thrilled that you've been here hanging out the whole time and asking a bunch of questions. If you're serious about creating ELO for Bridge, look into English NGS. NGS has its problems. What is NGS? I don't know what that stands for. Is that an algorithm, or is that some sort of system that someone else came up with for doing ELO stuff? National Grading Scheme for the EBU. Oh, I guess not the, yeah, the EBU. Okay, I'm familiar with EBL, the European Bridge League. So EBU, English Bridge Union. Okay, that's kind of cool. Yeah, I'll take a look at this off stream sometime. But thanks for the recommendation. So, all right, board 16, last board of the set. I think we have a pretty good set going once again today. I mean, we have a couple of slip-ups here and there, but ultimately, I think we've done all right. Heart by West, 4 hearts by East. Like, these are not the kinds of decisions you want to be making at match points. Like, you know, the scary thing is that pass, I think, has a good chance of being the winning action, and just passing out 4 hearts and letting this go down like 1 trick undoubled for plus 100. Because when we double, which I think I might do, you know, it's either that or maybe a 5 club bid, I think our partner's bidding 4 spades a lot of the time. And I think our partner doesn't have a 5 card suit most of the time, and I think we're going to get into a lot of trouble in that auction. We're probably not making that contract. So, you know, at imps, this is a much easier decision. I think you just double with this hand and accept wherever you end up. Like, for one thing, it's possible the opponents are making 4 hearts. So, like, at imps, that makes it very easy. If the opponents could be making a vulnerable game, you definitely want to, like, double and suggest your partner should be bidding with a long suit. But at match points, it could go either way. I am completely torn on this one. Like, I do not expect to be making 4 spades, and I do not expect to be making 5 clubs. Which means I'm kind of gambling when I bid that the opponents are actually making 4 hearts. Do I think that's likely with my hand? Not really. I have 3 aces. The king jack of hearts could be a defensive trick. Partner could have some values over there, like the diamond queen or spade queen could be enough. And just like the tricky thing here is like double is takeout. Double isn't like penalty. and partner's just going to be pulling because partner has a singleton heart. So, another thing to consider is, like, if we do make this double and partner bids 5 diamonds, we're really upset, aren't we? Tricky spot, very tricky spot. I mean, the big thing that I have to go off of here is that our partner, favorable at match points, elected not to bid 1 spade over 1 heart. So that makes me strongly believe that our partner does not have a 5-card spade suit, in which case, double is going to fetch a 4 spade bid from partner a lot of the time, and then we're going to be in this Robin 4-3 fid. This might be controversial, but I'm going to pass. I mean, this could go very poorly if 4 hearts is making, right? Then we really wanted partner to save. But I think more often than not, they're going to be going down. And this feels like my best chance at a plus score. All right. Well, it looks as if we don't have a heart trick, but our clubs are kind of well positioned behind the king of clubs. Partner could have the diamond king, for example. This opening spade lead's a little scary. This is, like, very scary. Because that could be like 10-9-8 fifth. I'm not saying that partner can't have a 5-card spade suit on this auction. I just think it's highly unlikely. So, like, if I were to duck this trick and declare wins the singleton king, and then gets to dummy somehow and takes a heart finesse, they might be able to rough out spades, and the queen of spades sets up, which would just kind of be that would be the worst kind of disaster. So we could hop ace of spades. That wouldn't be great if declare had king doubleton, but maybe it's not so bad. So if we hop up with the ace of spades, I mean, my plan is to play ace of diamonds diamond, right? I just want to exit my hand and let declare deal with the rest of the problems he has. If declare, like, has to win the diamond king in hand, and then tries to, like, unblock the spade king and rough a diamond to dummy, I get to overruff and cash the club ace, which is not terrible. I mean, popping the spade ace could be a disaster for another reason. Like, partner might only have, like, 10-9 third of spades, and we're actually entitled to 2 spade tricks on defense. I think that is less likely, but certainly possible. Oh. Well, I mean, there is the other possibility to consider, right? Like, partner might have king 10-9 fourth of spades, or even king 10-9 fifth, and we really want to leave partner on lead to play a club through the king. I'm very worried about singleton king, and kind of as I pointed out, it's possible that things work out even if it's doubleton king. Okay, we fetched the 8. This is fine. Declare wins the king, and now what? Does try to rough the diamond, so this has worked out well. I'm a little scared, so I think I am just going to cash the club ace. I also think it's very likely declare has the queen. So there it is. Oh, wow. Partner did have 10, 9, 8, third of spades. Or 10, 9, third, I should say. Wow, so Declare could have made this contract after I played a trick one. I understand we were put in kind of a difficult position there. How do we do in 5 clubs? I think that's the important thing to ask right now. We have a heart loser, a diamond loser, a club loser, at least one spade loser. Yeah, we're not in a good position. Also, as we kind of pointed out, partner's going to be bidding 5 diamonds. So we do end up with a plus score. This was a little scary though. By popping up with the spade ace, I gave Declare the contract, in a sense. I mean, Declare could have crossed to the spade, queen, and dummy to take a heart hook when I played ace of diamonds and a diamond, but we didn't know that that was the case. Still, let's take a look at our results overall. So we finish this event with a 59, not a bad score. We get 72% on the last board. I wonder if that's because other people were doubling and our partner actually passed with the hand he held. I'm not sure that's a good decision, but it would have netted us an extra 100 points. Overall, we only had 2 boards below average currently. The 6 clubs, which we were a little aggressive on, but could have worked, and then this one where we missed game early in the set. But pretty strong scores overall. So that is the Zenith Daylong. A bit of a longer stream for today that I've had so far, but that's kind of my plan since I'm going to be gone tomorrow. Where am I going? Free tournaments, here we are. So this Twitch Community Daylong, I don't know a whole lot about it. So let's kind of look through. So it's a private daylong for a bunch of Twitch streamers, I think. The robots are basic robots, so not the advanced ones that you would see in these paid tournaments that we play in. I don't exactly know the difference between the basic robots and the advanced robots, as they call them. But I think the basic ones are just a bit weaker in their abilities. And then otherwise looks like it's just going to be a standard robot-style tournament. So let's click play now and see what this is all about. And okay, first thing to note, it is imps, not match points. So we do want to be a bit more aggressive in bidding games. Looks like that's not going to be a problem on this first deal. And how many boards are we playing here? 12. Okay. Well, I don't want the stream to run too long. I do have a few things to do later this evening, but I will certainly try and give my full analysis of these deals as I go through, as usual. So we have 15. I'm going to start with the 2 club bid, 2 over 1. Partner has hearts and the opponents have a lot of diamonds. Well, this is one of those tough spots in a 2 over 1 context, because we have a little bit extra, but not really enough to necessarily like force our way into slam on our own. And if partner has a little bit extra and we just sign off in 4 hearts, we're going to end up playing 4 hearts being cold for a slam. I think I do want to show some extras. I mean, my trumps are so good. I said that before on the hand I forced to 6 clubs and it didn't work. But here, once again, we have very strong trumps. Our partner went out of their way to bid 3 hearts, which I think makes it more likely that they have some extra distribution. I mean, we kind of suspect they have a singleton diamond, but they could be 5-5, they could be 6-4. So I think with something like 5-4-2-2 or 5-4-1-3, maybe North wouldn't even go out of his way to bid 3 hearts in this kind of auction. Well, if I was going to try for slam, I suppose I mean, maybe the best thing to do is to bid 5 diamonds. Okay, maybe the best thing to do is not to bid 5 diamonds. Apparently that shows spades. All right, so maybe I should bid 5 hearts. What is this? 5 hearts doesn't even show hearts? Okay, what about 4 no trump then? Black wooden hearts, perfect. That's what we're looking for. Okay, well, like I said, I kind of want to try for slam. I have a good, I mean, a bunch of controls. My trumps are so good. Let's give it a shot. Partner has 2 with the queen. So we have all of the key cards and the trump queen. I'm going to bid 5 no, and I'm basically just going to pass whatever partner does. I mean, okay, I'm not going to pass if partner bids like 6 spades or something. But I'm just letting partner know that we have all the key cards and the trump queen, and at least an 8-card heart fit. That way he can bid a grand if that's correct, or he could sign off if he doesn't have anything extra. And I think we should play in hearts, not no trump. I mean, you know, maybe we can rough a spade for an extra trick. Maybe we can set up my clubs by roughing clubs in partner's hand. Well, that is an interesting opening lead. Not what I was expecting. So partner does have this 5-5. We kind of predicted something like this would happen, which is cool. So we'll win the spade ace, and now we don't need to be too careful, but that opening lead strongly feels like, I was gonna say strongly feels like a singleton, but East is the one who, I mean, West is the one who preempted diamond, so what, I guess maybe that's king, queen, 5th? Not sure. That lead just feels weird to me. Anyway, so how do we want to play the contract? Once again, it's imps, so we don't really care about match pointing this one, although it's going to be hard to avoid a spade loser in general. So it feels pretty natural to pull trumps now. That 7 of spades is a pretty welcome card, because now after we knock out the queen of spades, we can take a roughing finesse against the 9 through East. So we don't really need to set up clubs at all. Things could be problematic if trumps don't split. I mean, if they're 4-0, but I guess let's find out if that's going on first. Nope, trumps are 2-2. I'm just gonna claim they can have a spade trick, but I can rough the rest of my tricks good. King, queen, 4th of spades. What a terrible opening lead against this contract. Yeah, I don't see a good reason to not lead your partner's suit diamonds here. It's the only unbid suit by the opponents, and North opened a spade. I don't really see the desire to lead the king of spades into North's hand. Well, taking a look at the deal overall, I mean, if we had just bid 4 hearts here over 4 diamonds, it's very likely our partner wasn't going to take another call. Their hand's very minimal for an opening bid, and we haven't really showed extras, and the opponents have taken up a lot of bidding room. So it was a good thing that we found a way to show some heart support. I don't like being forced into 4 no trump on this hand. It's, you know, when we're off a key card, things get a bit tricky to figure out what the right thing is to do. But it worked out in this case. Wow, we pick up another big hand on board 2. 17 highs, good 6-card spade suit. So we'll start out with a 1 spade opener. Ooh, and we have another hand that looks very slammish. 2 hearts, so I think I could bid 3 spades if I wanted. It's not really a perfect bid with my hand. I mean, one of the issues is, like, if I bid 3 spades, we might get to the wrong suit for a slam. Now, if I had this like same hand without the diamond ace, I think I would be much more comfortable bidding 3 spades. I mean, they say it's strong. It really shouldn't be in a 2/1 context. It should just be a very, very strong trump suit that's able to play opposite a singleton. The issue is, like, if partner has a singleton spade, that's perfectly fine if we're playing in 4 spades, but this hand looks like it might make 6 hearts or 6 spades or 6 diamonds if we just find the right fit. So I guess I could bid 2 spades and just wait for a bit more information. What is my plan if partner bids 3 hearts? I guess I would Q-bid 4 diamonds. Presumably 4 diamonds is a Q-bid there. We can't really be introducing a new suit at the 4 level. That seems fine. And if partner bids 2 no trump, I can pattern out with 3 diamonds, and later maybe bid 4 no trump, like quantitative or something like that. So I guess that's my plan. Spade, 2 hearts, 2 spades. Let me see if 3 hearts shows a doubleton. Nope. Shows 5. So let's bid 3 diamonds. Partner bids 3 no. I really think 3 no should deny a 6th heart, because I gave partner just enough room to show that card. Well, now it does kind of look as if slam is maybe asking a bit much. Partner isn't fitting either of our suits. I mean, 3 no should also deny a doubleton spade, I think, because once again, 3 clubs denied spade support. So I've given partner the option with 3 diamonds to show some extra heart length or extra spade length, and he's denied it. So if partner has a singleton spade, so if partner really is like 1, 5, 3, 4 in distribution, then I think 4 spades is going to be our best bet at a game contract. So I guess I'm going to try that. You know, it's a little unfortunate that I haven't exactly showed extras on this auction, but things are a little tough when partner, you know, is kind of denying any sort of interest in anything whatsoever with this 2 heart bid, 3 club bid, 3 no trump bid. But it's going to be difficult to find a hand where slam is good when we don't have an 8 card fit anywhere. So let's just bid 4 spades and see how we did. Gross. So we do have a slam. It just happens to be in our 6-1 spade fit. Yeah, we might have got there if I had jumped to 3 spades originally. But this is a very unique spot. You know, I'm worried because when partner has a singleton spade, I thought I was likely to lose a spade trick, but partner has the very, very large singleton spade, a singleton queen. Okay, well, the Jack of Hearts lead kind of removes some possibilities from my hand, but I think I have a good shot at all 13 tricks. If East has the Heart King and West has diamond length, then I can make on a double squeeze as long as the trumps are 5-1 or better. So I think I'm going to win the Ace of Hearts and unblock the Spade Queen. I don't want to lose to 5-1 trumps. And that feels more likely than 6-0 diamonds. So let's start with this. Look at that encouraging heart. Well done, partner. And actually the 10 of Hearts is a good card for us because that makes it very likely that West has led shortness. Well, West has led shortness. And therefore, you know, it's possible West has diamond length. But not after the 3 of diamonds. That kind of strongly. Actually, you know what? Maybe. I was going to say this looks like diamonds are 3-3, based on the split, but maybe East didn't want to pop up with like Queen or Jack from Queen or Jack Doubleton. All right, well, we don't need any of these hearts and dummy. Spades were breaking, so we didn't really need to do any of this. And no one has thrown diamonds yet. Okay, there goes a diamond. So now only one of them has diamonds guarded. And there goes another club. Let's cash the Diamond King. All right, I'm pretty sure that the clubs are running, so I think I'm just going to claim. So we did make all the tricks on the squeeze that we kind of envisioned from the start of the hand, which is always a nice feeling. Unfortunately, we did miss our excellent slam, but maybe making all 13 tricks will get us some small amount of match points. Unfortunately, the squeeze is not very difficult. There's really nothing to the play other than like cashing all your tricks and watching to see if they discard enough of one suit or another. In this case, it was actually just West who got squeezed in diamonds and clubs, but this was a fully operational double squeeze with the Queen of Hearts as a threat against East's hand. So even if East had the Jack of Clubs, we still would have made the contract. Yeah, not sure what to say about the auction. I mean, I think if we had better agreements, I would have been more comfortable doing something else. You know, you can kind of see that maybe that if partner didn't have the singleton Queen of Spades, we're actually only taking 11 tricks. You know, we have 3 clubs, 5 spades, 2 diamonds, and a heart is 11. And the fact that they would be able to get in multiple times on defense means they can break up any squeezes we have. So maybe we did the right thing in the auction, but partner with 15 highs, you know, this is a tricky part in 2/1 that you just, it's hard with these in-between hands to really reach slams. So we'll see how that scores. Overall, I don't know what the tendency is in this field, whether they are hyper-aggressive or if they are, oh, you know, I said match points, but I forgot it's imps. So 7-10 is really not going to gain us a whole lot of points, is it? Whoops, I'm too used to playing these daily robot match point events. All right, first seat, once again we have a huge hand. Oh, I forgot, did this say, let me pop back out for half a second and take a look to see if this is best hand. Everyone plays the same boards. Basic robots. Don't know. It doesn't say. I guess we'll presume it's best hand until we find out otherwise. I mean, the first 2 boards we have the best hand for sure. All right, so we'll open heart. Partner bids a spade. Tricky problem once again. So we have some options. I could fake a 2-club bid. I don't think that this is a bad choice. It says 11 to 16 high card points. That's insane. That's not really what 2 clubs shows, but fair enough. I mean, it would just be a hand that's not strong enough to make a jump shift. And the reason we might want to do this is that it's going to give us more information before we have to decide what's going on. Our other choices are to just like commit to one of the major suits, right? We could jump to 3 hearts or jump to 4 hearts even, or we could do something like rebid 3 spades or 4 spades. We don't have a 4th trump, so that's kind of a problem. Or we could try something like splintering in diamonds. But again, we don't have the 4-card spade suit. So these hands have all been actually fairly interesting overall. on the first three. I wonder if they're set up in that way, or if that's just been the way this set has looked at the start. So I think I am going to bid 2 clubs. I mean, obviously the worst case scenario is this passes out. But I think we're going to get more information from our partner before we have to decide what suit we want to commit to. Like if partner rebids 2 spades, we can bid 4 spades. If partner rebids 2 hearts, we can bid 4 hearts, or 2 spades or something in that auction, and then figure out where to go from there. You know, I'm a little worried. I'm a bit worried that partner might actually pass 2 clubs, and that could go poorly. I mean, that would not be a very good imp score, especially if 4 hearts is making. I don't know, we only have 14 highs. Like, what are the odds 2 clubs passes out, right? I mean, where is the diamond suit? There we go. Perfect. Found the diamond suit. This is good. Okay, well, now I guess I'm going to jump to 3 hearts. Aha! We did it! We found partner's spade suit. This is great. Well, so how did we... Wait, what? What was 3 spades? Excuse me? Hello? Explanation, 6 or more spades. Oh no. Well, that's not really it's not really great for us, is it? Also, how much were they going down and 2 diamonds doubled? I bet partner would have really liked it if I cracked that. Unfortunately, I hovered over the double because I probably would have done it if it was takeout, but supposedly it was penalty. Uh-huh. Yikes. Well, here we are. Now we have to do our best to make this contract. Looks like 4 hearts was going to be pretty easy. Maybe not, actually. Maybe in 4 hearts, if they lead trumps, we can lose 3 clubs and a heart. Guess you would have to fall back on the spade finesse. Yeah. Okay, okay. Well, we're in this 4-3 fit. And I have no idea what to do. That opening diamond lead really makes me think diamonds are 6-1, so I don't believe I should be cashing the diamond ace. That feels a little too risky. It seems more natural to like play the heart king, a spade to the ace of hearts. Ruff a heart, maybe? I don't know, this contract looks like it has issues. If the Queen of Hearts doesn't fall. I mean, maybe spades are like 3-3 with the queen on side, but that is asking for a lot. Well, I'm not sure I have a better plan right now than to play King of Hearts and a spade to the ace and try the heart ace. Okay. Jack of spades, queen, or Jack of hearts, queen. Feels right to ruff with the 10. Maybe I'm supposed to dump a club on this trick? Ugh. This is all kind of a mess. So if I ruff with the 10 and it gets over ruffed, and East plays a diamond, and I ditch a club and it gets ruffed, that club goes back to East and a diamond comes through. I need trumps to be 3-3, otherwise I'm down. If I ditch a club, I don't know, this contract looks hopeless to me. It feels as if West has like 4 spades over here and I'm just in trouble no matter what I do. Let's pitch a club. And I guess I'm gonna like take a spade hook. Okay. Are they splitting? All right. 11 tricks. Well, that was exhilarating. How do we end up in 4 hearts? If they ever work out to lead trumps, with the spade queen on side, 4 hearts is going down. That is wild. And 4 spades actually just makes because the trumps split. That's so crazy. All right, I'll take it. I mean, I think they could have beat me on the line of play I took, but they did not, which I'm happy about, which is good. All right, partner opens a diamond, and we'll bid a heart. A no trump. We get to bid 2 spades. 4 hearts? Sure. Finally, we get an easy auction. And, oh no. Once again, rather difficult line of play, I would think. Well, percentage-wise, it feels pretty natural to like cash the ace king of hearts and try and rough out the diamond king. And barring that, maybe we can try and rough a club in the dummy. I mean, we could also just take the diamond hook or the heart hook. Both of those are pretty sensible. So can we rough all 3 of those diamonds in our hand? We win the spade, ace king of hearts, diamond to the ace, diamond rough, spade to the jack, diamond rough, spade to the king, diamond rough. But if this gets over roughed, we can't cash our 4th spade. Still, that feels like a pretty reasonable line of play to me. This is going to work if the king of diamonds falls. It works if diamonds are 4-4. It works if the short diamonds doesn't have the 3rd trump. It works if the queen of hearts falls doubleton. We do run into issues if hearts are 4-1, but this feels like the most natural way to play the hand, at least. I don't think it's irrational to like take a red suit finesse. I mean, probably the heart finesse is better than the diamond finesse. But it looks like we do a little better this way. All right, well, I mean, if the hearts are breaking in this manner, then any line of play was going to work, so. Well, let's pull the last trump before anything terrible happens to us. 10 of diamonds discard, nice one. Yep, no, that's a thing that can definitely happen here. I don't know, I like match pointing hands, so I think I'm gonna try and play out the contract, but maybe there's just no reason to do anything other than claim 10 tricks. I mean, it's imps. I'll try a low club, maybe he pops up with the ace. All right, let's see if we can squeeze anyone. I'm not taking this diamond hook, so unless the 8 of clubs is good, which looks like West still has the 9 over here. I was not paying attention. Hopefully West still has the 9. East has the 9. East bared the diamond king. Well, that was not a particularly smart play. That's okay, we got the over trick, I'll take it. 2 hearts by East. Think I gotta overcall 2 no. Yeah, I would love to show my spade suit, but with 2 heart stoppers, gotta try this. That is our most likely way to reach a game. Partner transfers to spades, all right. And bids 3 no, offering us a choice. Okay, yes, offering us a choice of games. Well, I might have been too quick to just jump into the 4 spade bucket. Because we don't have a lot of aces. So if we're off an ace in every suit, then 3 no trump could easily be the right spot. Also, what if partner has 3 small hearts? We don't want the first 2 tricks to go heart to the ace, heart ruff. I think 3 no trump is worthy of consideration. There are some glaring flaws, though. You know, we have a doubleton. So in spades, it's very possible we can ruff a club in our own hand to generate an extra trick. We have 4 trumps, which means, you know, once again, playing in the spade suit is going to protect us against like bad splits anywhere. Also, given that I just don't have any aces, you know, maybe partner has like a singleton heart or a doubleton heart, and it goes heart ducked. I win, I knock out some ace, they duck another heart, and then they run the heart suit after I try to knock out a 3rd ace. Okay, well, I'm gonna bid 4 spades. I mean, this could easily be wrong, but I'm just hopeful that things are gonna work out okay. Yikes. I mean, I agree with partners' choices in the auction, but this is gonna be a nail biter. So ace of diamonds lead. I mean, we're off 3 aces immediately, and then presumably we can run trumps. Spade king is likely to be on side, but we need to do something about this club suit. Now, we've been given the ability to ditch 3 clubs from dummy based on this opening lead. So I guess we'll see how this works. Ace of diamonds to the 7. Kind of want to encourage diamonds. I mean, maybe West will continue the suit. Okay, Ace of clubs switch is going to help us a little bit. I'm kind of intrigued. Because, you know, I've now been given this option of like diamond to the queen, or like ace of spades, queen of diamonds, ruff of club, king jack of diamonds, throwing hearts. Yeah, I should just take the spade hook. It was offside. Yeah, I was a little worried that that might have been going on. Felt as if East might have needed some values for the 2-heart opening. Oh well, at least it was not offside and singleton. How does 3 no trump play? I mean, if the opponents get their act together, they can take at least 5 tricks against that contract. They can set up 2 clubs. They can get a diamond, a heart, and a spade. So hopefully we don't really lose any imps on this, but the robots could defend very poorly and allow that contract home. All right, 16. Good 5-card suit, but I'm just going to open a diamond. I could see people upgrading this, even if you're playing like a 15 to 17 no trump. This hand has a lot of trick-taking potential. Diamond, heart. Wait, I opened a diamond. Well, now I'm committed. You know, I was saying I'm not upgrading this. Here we go. I didn't really plan this going in, but that's what we're doing now. Because I can't really bid anything else. I mean, I could bid a spade or something, or fake some sort of bid. I guess I'm committed to 2 no trump. Okay, so partner has, well, this is gross. 4 hearts and 4 spades. It's not 5 hearts and 4 spades. All right, fair enough. I do wonder if I should commit to the 4-3 fit anyway. It looks like hearts or spades might play better than no trump. If partner has decent clubs, that is. Like queen jack 4th of clubs, and we would be much happier. Or sorry, yeah, if partner does not have good clubs. So like queen jack 4th, we'd be happier in no trump. If partner only has like ace 3rd in clubs, then feels like we would be much happier in 4 hearts. Oh well, I mean, I'll show my shape. I've gotten myself into this mess. Yikes. 16 opposite 5. We found our way to our game. How bad is this contract? Well, the opening lead isn't like a complete disaster off the start. If they don't work out to switch to hearts, then we might have a decent shot. I mean, maybe. We're going to need some help getting the spades set up, and also, I don't really have an entry over there. 3 diamonds, 2 clubs, 2 spades, a heart. That's 8 tricks. Yeah, we're in deep trouble. All right, well, let's do this. Of course, they find the heart switch. Perfect. Club comes back. All right. I mean, I guess on a good day, we could take like 4 diamonds. Not off the top, but maybe someone sheds a diamond somehow. Well, Start with the queen of spades. Two tricks in. I can't really access that queen of clubs. I mean, maybe I was supposed to pop up with the spade 10 here instead of play low. That's probably correct. I should have popped up with the spade 10. Not that I'm really convinced I had a chance to make this regardless. Oh, you know what? Okay, here's my thought. Maybe I can throw East in somehow into leading black suits into dummy. So what does that look like? Well, I guess I would have to exit spades now, so let's do that. We get a diamond discard. Eight, ace, 3, 4. No, this just looks hopeless. I'm sure West has 5 diamonds, and that's why I pitched one. Yep. It's seeming more and more likely now. Jack of diamonds, huh? All right. Well, minus 150. We deserved that. I guess we would have played in a no trump and maybe also gone down on similar defense, though. Feels like a no trump would have been a bit easier to make. All right, it's imps though. Who cares? Who cares? Small minus position. On to the next board. 19, really good hand. We've been getting dealt a lot of very, very strong hands. I still don't know if this is a best hand sort of thing. Diamond, heart, 4 spades. Sure. So I guess we could double, just like general values. That's not a terrible bid, I don't think. We could also like bid 5 clubs. It's a little shaky, but that would at least let partner know we have some offensive stuff in our hand. I assume 4 no trump would be like key card for hearts. Yep. I think I like double. I mean, we have values, and I'm not that upset if partner bids 5 hearts over it. Like, I think 5 clubs is very unlikely to fetch a 5 heart bid from partner, whereas double, I think, has a shot. So, okay. 4 spades doubles passes out. And we lead the ace of clubs, and look at that heart suit in the dummy. Ace 2, 3, 8 at trick 1. Well, you know, it kind of feels safe to play the king of clubs, but what if we really need to play 3 rounds of diamonds, letting partner ruff? I don't see how that's possible, actually. I mean, maybe partner has the queen of clubs and we could cross. Okay, I guess let's continue the Club King. I'm going to be a little unhappy when Declare dumps the Queen on this trick because I'm not really going to know what to do, but this looks fine. Partner did have the Club Queen, and Declare now gets to pull trumps. Reasonable. So, Diamond, can you beat that, partner? You can. That's great. Excuse me? This probably doesn't matter because Declare only has one diamond left, or no diamonds left. But seems like partner could have overtaken that trick. All right, so we got plus 500. We were in fact called for a slam in either minor. But I think it's going to be tough to get there. If we bid 5 clubs, I don't think partner's raising. We could take it on ourselves to just jump to a slam, bid 5 no trump over 4 spades, pick a slam. I don't believe the robots play pick a slam, though. So it's going to be a bit more difficult in this format to do that. But we have a lot of losers. I mean, there's no guarantee that partner has fitting cards in the minor suits. Partner could have just had like King 6 of hearts and one outside card somewhere, like the Club Queen, and we could be going down in 5 clubs or 5 diamonds, or even 5 hearts. So I'm happy to get plus 500. I mean, preempts work sometimes. Pass a club. 16, what looks like might be 2 club stoppers, all overcall no trump. 2 hearts. Weakish hand with some, it says 6 or more hearts. Couldn't you have opened with a 6-card heart suit? Yeah, this is fine. No need to compete. This isn't like match points where when everyone's not vulnerable, we really want to be bidding something. So 9 of clubs lead. That is a terrifying dummy. I have no idea what to do defensively. I guess I'm switching to diamonds. But this is going to put partner in a awkward spot, isn't it? Because obviously those clubs and dummy can be used to discard diamond losers. Well, I don't really have a better plan. 8 of spades. Okay. Well, this contract is not making, is it? Cool. Small plus position. Tricky spot for East-West when we overcall a no trump. They would like to play an East club suit, but how can he know? Maybe this is a good hand for East to preempt in 3rd seat. I think I like that choice, at imps at least. Preempt 3 clubs or even 4 clubs, kind of suspecting that the opponents have a major suit fit somewhere. We didn't in this instance. Also, what was that 8 of spades switch from 10-9-8? Did anyone else catch that? 8 of spades from 10, 9, 8? All right, fair enough. On to board 9. So 4 boards to go. We have 13. I'm tempted to psych a no trump on this, but I'm not going to. I'll just open a diamond. A spade, double, 2 clubs. What is 2 clubs? Natural. Got it. All right. I'm content. At imps, no real reason to bid again if you don't have something important to say. Well, partner made a negative double. I guess I'm leading hearts, even though it feels a little weird to lead from ace-queen doubleton. Ace of spades, ace of hearts, 4, 8, 5. The robots don't play suit preference. This is a prime example where suit preference is really useful. Because I want to know if I can like switch to a low diamond to maybe find partner with king doubleton, get him a diamond ruff, or if that is not the defense we want to be going with. Well, this 2 club bid is a little shocking, isn't it? It now looks like East has a bunch of hearts and elected to bid 2 clubs for whatever reason. I mean, maybe the negative double actually has like a 6-card heart suit, but again, please, 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 just open your 6-card suits. I know you're never going to listen, but that would be very helpful. All right, back into imp mindset. If we are beating this contract, I think the most likely way we're doing it is if partner gets a diamond ruff here. I just don't think that's ever possible, right? Like, then Declare has long diamonds, long hearts, long clubs. There's just no way, right? It's just an over trick. So I don't mind. All right, part diamond ruff. Any diamond ruffs? Nope. That's okay. We suspected as much. All right, looks like dummy is good. Well done, all the match points. So East did have a bunch of hearts. I guess 2 clubs is a good bid. I might be very tempted as East to just pass the negative double. Or even redouble if they play it as like just value showing instead. Like, it's very possible north-south are going for a huge number on this hand. I mean, in this case, even 2 diamonds is not a great spot, but it does look like we might be able to scramble up like 3 diamond tricks, a couple of hearts, a couple spades maybe, offensively. All right, well, they won the part score battle on that one. Pass to us, we will open a heart. 2 hearts by partner, no reason for me to complain. Wow, that is a lot of spades over there. that is a lot of spades. Trump switch, huh? 6-2 jack. I guess our plan is like ace of diamonds, diamond rough, lead a heart. I don't know. It feels like we're probably making this no matter what we do. So let's give this a try. All right, they have another trump. So West found a very interesting switch from ace-10 third of trumps. I don't know if I would be comfortable trying that. Feels pretty natural to just switch to clubs 10-9 fourth through the jack, but also don't leave the ace of spades. Oh well. Made our contract, which is great. Ooh. Big hand. Okay, wait, we had, what, like 12 on this last hand? Let's take a look and just see if this is best hand. It still looks like it's best hand on most of these. Previous board, we had 12. No one had more than 12. Yeah, it's looking as if this is a best hand type tournament. Okay, so that's good information to know. Well, we have an 18 here. And I guess our plan is to open a club and then rebid 3-0, which shows this type of hand. Solid 7-card club suit. I mean, I don't think it necessarily has to be 7, but it's basically like a hand that's too good to open a gambling 3-0 trump, which I don't think the robots even play. Yikes. Not the best dummy for us. Okay, well. How do we feel about our contract? I mean, if clubs split, we do have 9 tricks, a spade, a diamond, and 7 clubs. If clubs don't split, what are our chances? Dummies spades are just not quite good enough that we can set up the spade suit. If this is a lead from like king 10-9 fourth or queen 10-9 fourth. I suspect it's more likely to be like 10 doubleton or something though. So what happens if I duck this trick? I mean, East is very likely to switch to diamonds. But I think I have to duck this, right? You know, okay, it could be like 10-9 doubleton of spades, and then the opponents actually have only set up 2 spade tricks with this opening lead instead of 3. But if they have 3 spades and the heart ace and a club, then I'm going down. I kind of want to give myself some small extra chance if the clubs don't break, which means I would need 2 hand entries. And those can either come from 2 diamonds or they can come from the queen of hearts. Well, I guess I should duck this. And we do get the diamond switch, which is kind of expected. So we need to put in the queen. It does hold, that's good. Good news. And now we can try the club suit. Because it's imps, I don't really care too much what I throw from the dummy. I will try and be as sensible as I can about the discards, but well, the clubs were splitting. So I guess I'll claim all but one more. I'll just run the clubs and knock out the heart. I mean, maybe there's some sort of miracle squeeze against someone if they have like every single garden the entire game, but I don't think that was the case here. All right, last board of the set, and then we'll see how we ended up. Once again, I mean, you know, it looks nice that we bid to 3-0 and made our contract, but everyone's going to be there in this field, and with the clubs breaking, we didn't really gain a whole lot in the play. From ducking the opening spade, I mean, there were no extra chances we made use of, so we're not going to pick up a whole lot of imps on that one. 13 highs. Partner overcalls 2 spades. So this is kind of an interesting one. Knowing that partner is limited to 13 high card points, we can probably just jump to 4 spades here, which I don't think normally I would do. I guess I'm going to bid 3 hearts, which is the correct bid on this hand. We want to show a forcing hand with spade support and then bid 4 spades. That would allow partner to Q bid if that's what he wanted to do, or even to try 3-no trump. All right, how does this hand look? Once again, this hand looks like there are some choices to be made. Well, I'm going to start by ducking the opening diamond lead. I think it's unlikely that our preemptor over here west has both of the diamond honors. So when I eventually take a club finesse into East's hand, I don't want them to be able to profitably lead diamonds again. I mean, look, it's very possible that East does have a bunch of small diamonds, so this might not work out for us, but at least that's what we're hoping for. So how do we want to go about the play on this one? I mean, I kind of want to cross in spades and just lead a club immediately. Like, even if it goes club to the 10, East wins the queen, plays the ace of clubs, plays another club, and West ruffs, we still have 2 club winners in dummy to pitch a heart and a diamond from our hand. And otherwise, I kind of want to like keep the spades in dummy available as like an entry, because if the diamonds really don't work out for us, then we are going to want to get back to dummy somehow, and the Queen of Hearts does not look like a probable way to do that. Now, I mean, look, we could take a major position here and lead a heart towards the queen immediately. I don't think it's like such a terrible play, but it would be basically like playing West for both the Queen Jack of Diamonds and East for the heart ace. Because then if East pops up with the ace, we have the King Queen of Hearts to ditch a diamond loser. If East ducks, we can duck a heart on the way back. East wins, but I think it's just way more likely a heart to the queen goes to the ace and then diamond comes through. So, all right, let's play spade over and let's take a club hook. If this wins, we're in great shape. Excellent. And a heart comes through, also excellent, because now West was kind of put in this like tricky spot where, you know, East couldn't lead diamonds profitably. We have the 10. West, so East had to play a heart to get to West's hand, but now when we ducked in dummy, for West to prevent us from getting 2 heart tricks, they would have to duck, and then they wouldn't be able to lead this diamond through immediately. So we'll play the 10. What? Uh-huh. Yep, no, I read you loud and clear. That is not what I was expecting defensively. Okay. Wait. This is the best robot joke yet. So, the opening diamond lead went to the Jack and King. And we kind of, worked out what we thought was going on the hand. We played a spade over to dummy, took a club hook, East won, crossed to their partner in hearts so that they could lead a diamond through, finessing the 10. We put up the 10, and East very well knows that they could just cover this with the queen to set up their 9. But East also knows that the clubs in dummy are setting up. So even if they prevent us from scoring the 10 of diamonds, we would still be able to unblock the club king, ruff the clubs good, pull trumps ending in dummy, play a club pitching the last diamond from our hand. So what a ridiculously crazy defense. It was only, it didn't really matter at this point. They didn't give up a trick, double dummy, but it looks very, very silly. All right, let's jump in and take a look at our overall results. So we finished with 25 imps to the positive. Yeah, a couple of boards that we lost, we dropped a few. I mean, only a handful of people have played the board so far. This goes on the entire weekend, so I imagine some people will be playing on Sunday, some people will be playing tomorrow. I don't exactly know who all of the competitors are in this event, but maybe I can pop this up and make it bigger. I know that I can't really tell how large these things are on the screen for you all. But a pretty good set overall. What were some of these boards that we did really well in? So board 7, 4 spades doubled. We picked up 8. Oh, the very first board, we bid and made a slam. This makes some sense on this hand. So taking a look at this hand in particular, where we picked up about 10 imps on the field, we had a difficult choice, right? The opponents had preempted us all the way up to 4 diamonds, so we couldn't really show a good hand with heart support, but we made a judgment based on our partner's decision to bid 3 hearts in this auction as opposed to passing, right? We're playing 2 over 1. This was forcing the game. Partner did not need to bid 3 hearts to describe his hand any further. He could have passed. So we figured 3 hearts was likely to be a little more distributional than just your bare minimum 5-4-2-2, and that's why we elected with only 15 highs to kind of search for a slam. And then things were very easy when we found 2 key cards with the trump queen. We confirmed all the key cards and ended up playing in 6 hearts, which was the top spot. Defense was a little friendly. I mean, they led the king of spades, but it looks as if with hearts 2-2 and clubs 4-2, you're not going to have any problem making this. So that was a pretty good result. One of our other, oh no, where did this, I think it was board 7 that we looked at. Board 7 was apparently a very strong result. Oh, that's surprising to me. Did I miss something? Oh, you know what's funny? Okay, this is something that I missed. Oh my God. This is crazy. I was saying we were cold for 6 of a minor, and I mean, like, okay, hold on. Can we look at just, no, we can't just look at north and south hands, but with just looking at the north and south cards, it looks as if we're cold for 6 of a minor, right? We lose a spade, and that's it. We have no diamond losers. If clubs are breaking, then we're in a great spot. But look at what happens. We're going to be declaring if we bid 5 clubs or 6 clubs or something with this hand. West can lead a heart to give his partner a ruff at trick 1, which I kind of imagine he would do on this auction. I mean, a diamond pass a heart by north. He knows that there's at least 11 hearts between these 2 hands. His partner made a preempt, very likely to have a distributional hand over there. After a heart ruff, East plays ace of spades and another spade, and the jack 9 deuce of clubs gets promoted into a trump trick. So we can't even make a game our way on this deal. Wow. I was a little worried about this result for a while, but it looks like we did quite well. I mean, this is just kind of what happens sometimes when the opponents preempt, a good thing to do in a lot of these positions, especially at imps, is to just take your surplus score. You know, we figured we were getting like 500-ish against 4 spades doubled. We had all of these aces and tricks in our hand, and it looked like East was just going to get all of his trumps, however many they were. We knew that we could have been missing a slam or a game, but sometimes things don't split well when the opponents preempt and you actually get a good result just defending. So that was overall our set. Let's see, can I? Nope. Let's just quickly pop back in. Okay, where were we? Twitch Community Daylong. So this was our preliminary scores were up 25 imps. I don't know in general how well or poorly plus 25 would score in these sorts of things. I mean, we of course had a couple of boo-boos, like board 6, where I said I was not opening a diamond and then did it anyway. Had a bit of dyslexia when I clicked on my bid. But yeah, oh, and board 3, maybe we should take a look at board 3. We got 10 imps. Oh, I remember board 3. Why don't we just not take a look at board 3 and say we did? No, it's fine. We can pull it up. That was a bit of a crazy one. Board 3 was a little wild. So this was the hand. We opened a heart, which looks like a pretty normal thing to do. Partner bid a spade, and we elected to bid 2 clubs. Now, I don't like partner's choice in this auction. I think passing 2 clubs is one of the craziest bids I've ever seen. Like, I don't care if you bid 2 diamonds or 2 hearts, but you just have to do something. 9 high card points. Your partner could have 18 for this 2 club bid. You just can't miss a game. You have a really, really good 6 card diamond suit. Why would you ever want to play in like a 3-2 club fit as opposed to like a 6-2 diamond fit? But so we elected to bid 2 clubs because we didn't know if hearts or spades was going to be the right contract. And so when pass and East saves us by balancing in with 2 diamonds, now we now at this point we had the option of just like doubling 2 diamonds, but I think to the robots a double of 2 diamonds was penalty. We hovered over it for a second just to look. And so we ultimately bid 3 hearts. And then our partner bid 3 spades, which I don't really get. Like 3 hearts, it says 3 hearts shows 5 or more hearts. Yeah, sure thing. You know, how can I bid hearts, clubs, and then hearts with only 5 of them? So this should really be 6 or more hearts. And I think our partner should raise to 4 hearts with this hand. Although it's close, I could be persuaded that passing 3 hearts is the right thing to do. Still, you know, something wacky is going on here. But our partner bid 3 spades, and it was alerted and explained as 6 or more spades, which I kind of believe, right? Like, I don't understand why partner would pass 2 clubs with a 6 card spade suit, but I also don't understand why I would pass 2 clubs with a 6 card diamond suit. So over 3 spades, we were pretty content. We thought, this is great. Partner might have a small singleton heart and a 5 or 6 card spade suit. I'm happy to play in the 5-3 or 6-3 fit. Thought we had got to a good spot, but then then we're in this 4-3 fit. But thanks to a little bit of help from the defense and just the lucky 3-3 spade break, albeit the queen was offside, we were able to bring this contract home. I don't actually, you know, kind of looking back, I'm not certain the opponents did anything all that wrong defensively. I guess we can look at the issue that I was thinking about. So after I set up the heart suit and West tried to cash the club ace, and I took a spade finesse, West could have returned clubs here, and that would have kind of locked me in my hand. So I mean, like double dummy, a club lead would have defeated the contract, and we can see I just turned Gib on for the sake of guaranteeing that analysis. But, you know, I don't really understand why West did what he did. He returned the 2 of diamonds. I mean, maybe it makes sense to a small extent. Like, obviously West has no idea what's going on this hand. I mean, North's hand has been concealed. His partner was the one who bid 2 diamonds, and North was the one who bid 3 spades. I'm not going to promise that I'm with West on his decision to return the 2 of diamonds here, but I would be very confused defending this hand as well, because I don't understand what's going on. But on the 2 of diamonds return, we hopped up with the ace and prayed for 3-3 trump split, and when we got it, we're in the south hand, all of the hearts are running. So we made our game contract. But anyway, those were the overall results. Thanks everyone for watching. I look forward to seeing the comparisons with some of the other people who play. I don't know if I'm going to be able to jump into other people's streams and take a look if they're on this weekend. I have a very busy weekend, at least tomorrow. I'm quite busy. And then Sunday I'm going to be back. I am actually playing with some of my old friends that I used to play national events with. I think one of them currently is still a professional player. The other 2 have retired as pro players, or maybe they do it from time to time, but not as their main job. But that should be a lot of fun. I will be back at my normal scheduled time. That is what worked for all of us, so that's convenient, which is 5 p.m. Eastern. Once again, long stream today. I will, as usual, be uploading this to my YouTube. So if you don't know where that is, there should be a link below the stream that can take you over there. I save all of my Twitch VODs, since they get deleted by Twitch after about a week. And I will be back, not tomorrow, but in 2 days. Everyone have a great weekend, and I will see you all later.